Bengals fans, what is going on? Welcome into another live watch party here at Bengals Breakdown. I am your host, Stone Shields. Thank you so much for joining us here with a little bit of Thursday night football action coming at you in about an hour. So really excited to be here for the Bengals preseason finale against the Indianapolis Colts at home at Paycor Stadium. Our Chat Sports offices are really just a couple of blocks from Paycor Stadium. I tell you what, the environment around downtown, it feels like a real game day. It really doesn't feel like preseason down here. So I think the fans are going to show up. It feels pretty rowdy down here in the Queen City, and really looking forward to the Bengals ending this preseason with a bang. And let's see if they can't get a victory. Obviously, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything if they ultimately win this game or lose. But they lost their first two preseason games. So we'll see if they can perhaps turn that around a little bit here on Thursday Night Football. So really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Give some shout outs here to start off our show. Tim Tyra, the man, he's back at it. He says, "Who day, Tim." Appreciate you for tuning in. Tim, of course, a very loyal viewer to our program here at Bengals Breakdown. Dr. B is back. Josh Hizzy is in the chat. And he asked if he can stream the game. We're not going to have the game itself here. We're just going to be talking about the game. I believe it will be on Amazon Prime, though, as well as other local stations if you are in Cincinnati. Brian McHugh is also in the chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We got a little prime time action. It always feels better, a prime time game as opposed to that 1 o'clock window. So even though it's the preseason, really looking forward to tonight. And it should be a great game as the Cincinnati Bengals get ready to take on the Indianapolis Colts here. Kickoff supposedly going to be at 8 o'clock. I bet it's more like 8:15 if we're just being honest here. But supposedly it'll be an 8 o'clock kick. Also, again, I am solo producing tonight. So if you see me look down at the screen, I'm just trying to organize some graphics, but looking forward to having great conversations in the chat with you guys all night long here as we get ready for Bengals and the Colts. So let us know who you got in the comments section. Type B if you got the Cincinnati Bengals in this game, or type C if you got the Indianapolis Colts. Certainly expect to see a lot of B's in the chat. Again, I know it's a preseason game, but it'd be fun to win, right? Bengals are like 6.5-point underdogs, I believe, at this point. Colts supposedly going to be playing their starters. We'll see how long that lasts. So I thought the Bengals defense did a really nice job against the Bears starters last week. So we'll see if they can kind of replicate that performance here tonight as we get ready for some Cincinnati Bengals football. William House is back, another loyal viewer of our program here at Bengals Breakdown. He's got his B in the chat, so appreciate you, William, for tuning in as always. We got Michael Easterwood as well in the chat. Seems to be a new name. I don't know if I've seen Michael in the chat before. So, Michael, appreciate you for tuning in with us here on Bengals Breakdown as we get ready for some Thursday night football action. Tim says the Colts. That's okay, right? I mean, the Bengals haven't proved to be a winning team in the preseason. So, Tim's got the Colts in this one. Bailey Victory Parkway, thank you for tuning in. Got his B in the chat. Elite Productions says B. Brian Alpha 89 says, "How's it going, Brian?" It's doing great. Appreciate you stopping by and joining us here on Bengals Breakdown tonight, our third live watch party. And again, we're going to be doing these all season long. So, it's the preseason here, just kind of getting our feet wet with this whole process. But once that regular season picks up, we're going to be here for every single game live, and we're going to be watching some really meaningful Bengals football. Tim says Bengals don't win in the preseason. You're right, Tim. 100% correct. That hasn't really been the case. And, that's not the goal. They're trying to see who they are going to kind of whittle their roster down to. Obviously, what is today? The 22nd of August, I believe. Cut down date is the 27th. So after this performance, the Bengals staff will kind of be able to evaluate it and ultimately make a decision from there about who the 53 guys are going to be. And coming up in a bit, we're going to take a look at that. So get your B's or C's in the comments section for us as we get ready to get underway here at about 8 o'clock, supposedly, for some Cincinnati Bengals football. So really looking forward to that. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in, and hopefully we get a good kind of crowd on our hands tonight for this Bengals preseason finale, Thursday night football. Really looking forward to it. Before we get further, I want to give a shout-out to our sponsors. Got two of them today here on Bengals Breakdown. The first one is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, run your game. Today's live show is also presented by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. Really thankful that we got those two sponsors with us tonight, making this show possible for us here at Bengals Breakdown. So really can't be more thankful for them. And make sure you guys check out Prize Picks and Game Time, and use their stuff, their outstanding tickets, as well as Prize Picks. Get your wagers in with them. All right, so our Super Chat menu tonight, we're making it a little bit smaller tonight. We're kind of pivoting off of last week, so we got two options here. Anytime you Super Chat, ask me a question. Obviously, once you send in a Super Chat, you have the ability to accompany that with a statement or a question. So anytime you send in a Super Chat, ask me a question, and I'll answer it. Could be a Bengals question. Could be a personal question. Could be anything, honestly. So whatever you want to ask, you can, and I will answer that with whatever Super Chat you send in. $10 will get you into the Jungle Club. We have cut this deal in half, trying to get our first member of the Jungle Club here tonight for Thursday Night Football with the Bengals and the Colts. So what is the Jungle Club? We're trying to fill up this helmet. So if you send in a $10 Super Chat, you get your name on this helmet. Right now there's two names. My name and producer Chris Daughtry, my guy, has his name. We are in the Jungle Club. We're looking for our third member of the Jungle Club. Again, this is usually $20, but this week said, you know what? We're cutting it in half. We're doing $10 this week so we can get someone else into the Jungle Club. So all you have to do is send in a $10 Super Chat. You get into the Jungle Club, and only diehard Bengals fans here in this Jungle Club. So it's a really exclusive club, and looking to gain an extra member tonight. And once this helmet is filled up with names, we will raffle it off to a member of the Jungle Club. So pretty straightforward Super Chat menu tonight. You can send in a 99-cent Super Chat. Ask me a question, I'll answer it. Really hoping we get some good interaction with you guys in the chat here tonight. You send in a $10 Super Chat. Of course, you can still ask a question with that as well, and I will answer, but you will get into the Jungle Club. Also, we got something called 99 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. So what does this mean? It's kind of a spin-off of the 99 bottles of beer on the wall. And basically, when you guys send in a Super Chat, that number at 99 will go down. So you send in a $1 Super Chat, that number becomes 98. And we're trying to get that number all the way down to 0, which of course would be $100 in Super Chats. And anytime we switch that first number, so when that becomes 89, it is a shot of Skyline chili. We've been doing these Skyline chili shots first two games. That's going to continue tonight if we get some Super Chat action. Goes down to 79 again. That's another shot, right, of Skyline chili. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Trying something new here with the 99 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. The bosses said we got to get all of them off the wall. That's what they said. I actually have my pillow and my blanket in my car because we got to stay live until we can do that. So we might be sleeping here tonight. I don't know. I hope that isn't the case, but really hope you guys can get interactive there with our Super Chat menu, and we can kind of do this 99 cans of Skyline chili on the wall thing. Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Peter says, I am at the game. Let's go Houday. Houday, Peter. We are just a couple of blocks away from Paycor Stadium. Enjoy the game, my friend, and yeah, have a lot of fun. Let's see. Venspot is watching from Arizona. Appreciate you, Venspot. Bricktop. Dude, I'm a native in shooting. Bricktop, yes, I had to do that the past 2 games, and it's not warm either. It's room temp, just straight out of the can. Again, I love Skyline chili too, but taking it straight up. Oh, and how about that? Bricktop with a $20 super chat to get our evening started here at Bengals Breakdown. Here's $20 to not do a shot of Skyline. Oh, appreciate you, Bricktop, looking out for me. We got to get that number switched now. We only have 79 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. Bricktop, I got to do it. That's part of the thing. We got to do it. We got to do it. Make sure you guys are spamming Bricktop in the chat. Show some love to Bricktop. Bricktop, that is awesome. Thank you so much for our first $20 super chat. And you are a member of the Jungle Club here at Bengals Breakdown. So let me get this written down. Everybody spam Bricktop in the comment section. You are the man, Bricktop. And, yeah, that is awesome. Absolutely awesome, Bricktop. Let's see if we can't get this up on the screen for you. Let's see if these super chats are pulling for us tonight. How about that? Let's see if we can get them up there on the screen. Nope, not gonna work. That's all right. Bricktop, thank you so much. We got to do a little shot of Skyline chili at this point, and we will get your name. Got the sticker right here, Bricktop, and we will get that on the helmet for you. Appreciate you. Here we go. I know you said to not do it, but it's part of the rules, Bricktop. I got to do this. So we'll get that number updated as well. Oh, man. Skyline chili. Straight out of the can. The temperature is the toughest thing about it, really. It's the fact that it's not warm. You know what I mean? It's just room temp. And you got to be a true Cincinnatian to be able to do this. All right, here we go. Bricktop, cheers, my friend. A little Skyline chili down the hatch for you. That was a little watery. Not going to lie. That was a little watery. Ooh. If I had a little bit of cheese, maybe a little hot sauce, dice up an onion, put it in there, that'd be fine. Heat it up in the microwave, but straight out of the can, that's kind of tough. Bricktop, you are the man. Keep spamming Bricktop in the comment section for us. And you are a part of the Jungle Club, my friend. So looking forward to getting you into there. That's awesome stuff. Incredible. All right, so where are we? Yep, that is our super chat menu there. Again, if you have a question, you want to send in a 99-cent super chat, I will answer your question for you, and we will get underway. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the game here as we get ready for kickoff. It is just past 7:15 here in the Queen City of Cincinnati. And there's still some storylines out there that we got to monitor for this game. Obviously, the starters probably aren't going to play. We'll see if some do. Zach Taylor kind of floated around the idea that some might. There are a couple that might. And let's hop into it without further ado. Will Dax Hill or DJ Turner, will one of them play tonight for Cincinnati? That has been the biggest battle at Bengals training camp to this point. That battle at that cornerback 2 spot between Dax Hill and DJ Turner, who's going to be opposite of Cam Taylor-Britt. That's really what the Bengals are trying to find out. Now, they've seen a lot through the joint practices. The first preseason game against Tampa, they both were out there. Dax, of course, played a little bit more last week against the Bears as well. So we'll see if either one of these guys is out there. Is it really worth putting them out there to play? I would say probably not, to be honest with you. I don't think it really is. It's probably not worth the risk that could come with that. But I think the staff knows what they're going to do. And I said on a show earlier this week that I have kind of done a 180 on this. I thought DJ Turner certainly had the leg up going into camp. But based off what I've seen from Dax Hill, I'd put him out there first against New England week 1. I really would. Interested in what you guys think in the comment section. Elite Production says Dax is becoming a star. I completely agree. Completely agree. That is my official prediction. I do think he will be the guy for Bengals week 1 at that cornerback 2 spot. Now, look, they're all going to play. Turner and Hill are both going to play. They're both going to get valuable reps because they're both good. The Bengals spend high draft picks on both guys. but I really think that Hill has really shown so much improvement. Keep in mind, this guy's switching position. I understand it's still a defensive back, but he's been playing safety, and now they're asking him to get up to the line of scrimmage and really, guard somebody closely like that. And he is an elite athlete. He's shown that. I think his ball skills are good. His awareness is still, that's something that's continually going to improve. But I really like what I've seen from Dax Hill, and he's going to be he's my pick at that cornerback 2 spot. So I'm interested to see if either one of those guys will get out there for Cincinnati tonight. Should be interesting to monitor. Let me know if we've got an official word, by the way. Obviously, as I'm live, I'm not looking on Twitter or anything. So let me know if there's some news on that. Interested to see if either one of those play. Because Zach Taylor said starters aren't going to play, but then he's like, then a couple might play. So when I think of that, I think about these two guys as being potential candidates to play. Charlie Jones is another guy that could possibly play as well. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see if either one of those guys are out there for Cincinnati. Jalen Davis is another guy that I want to talk about here as we get ready for kickoff, supposedly about 40 minutes away. He's the nickel, right? He's Mike Hilton's backup. He's been on the team for a couple of years, and I think he does a good job when he's out there. But he's a guy that really could be on that bubble. In fact, he could be on the outside looking in for Cincinnati when it comes to their 53-man roster because of this guy right here. We'll couple these guys kind of together. Daijahn Anthony, 7th-round rookie out of Ole Miss. He's very versatile on the back end. He can play corner. He can play safety, that nickel spot as well. He can kind of play all over. And we know the Bengals always, tend to fall in love with their draft picks, right? It's very rare for them to cut one of their draft picks. They like to move forward with their draft picks. But a 7th-round guy, you kind of have question marks about whether or not he's going to stick around and be on that 53-man roster. Daijahn Anthony's made a ton of plays throughout training camp. He's looked pretty good throughout the first 2 preseason games as well, of course, dealing with a fractured nose, but being tough and playing through it. So, Daijahn Anthony is a guy that could kind of steal a roster spot, and that might affect Jalen Davis. So I feel like Jalen Davis at that nickel position's really got to come out and play well tonight. I think this is a big game for Jalen Davis. They know what he can do because he's been around for a little bit. He's been on the team. But that's a battle that I really got a close eye on tonight, and I want to see how Jalen Davis plays. Elite Production says, hot take, Dax plays better than CTB. That is a hot take. We'll see if that comes to fruition. I think right now I can't get on board with that, but if we're having that conversation in the regular season, that's exciting. Because that means Dax Hill is doing an outstanding job playing a cornerback for the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm here for the hot takes. I don't mind them at all. I got to push back on it a little bit, but I think we're all excited about what Dax Hill is doing out there for Cincinnati, and I didn't expect him to improve this much so quickly for the Bengals, because at the beginning of camp it was like, oh, he's completely playing a new position. There's an adjustment period that comes with that. But that first preseason game against Tampa in particular, I mean, he had several pass breakups, nearly had that miraculous interception where he tipped it to himself and nearly caught it as well. So I thought he was doing a great job, and he continues to do a great job. And you hear great things about from all the beat reporters about what he's doing at camp as well. So plenty of reason to be excited about Dax Hill. Elite Productions also says, better hot take, Burrow for MVP. I don't know if that's a hot take, Elite Productions. I think that just might be reality, my friend. That might just be reality. Nicholas Clover is in the chat. Appreciate you, Nicholas, stopping by. Michael Easterwood saying what's up to Tim Tyre. Appreciate you guys. Potato Supremacy says totally forgot Sheldon Rankins was on the Bengals. I think we haven't really seen him obviously, and he's a guy that is really going to have to step up for the Bengals. There's so many question marks on that entirety of the defensive line for Cincinnati. And, he's a guy that's the Bengals bring in free agency, pay him a good chunk of change. He's supposed to be a difference maker for him. But, I think there's a lot of question marks with that. So we'll see what happens in that regard. But, I think you speak for a lot of people there, potato supremacy when there's just a lot of unknown with him because you don't really know, you haven't heard much as far as camp goes about what he's been able to do. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with him. I think the Bengals certainly remember what he did against them last year. So hopefully he can kind of rekindle some of that energy, I guess, and play well for Cincinnati this year. So certainly something to keep an eye on. All right, your chance to get interactive here with us in the comments section. Name a player you'll be watching closely tonight. We've given you a couple so far. We're going to continue to do that here as we get closer to kickoff. We got a list of 10 people that we're going to be watching tonight. Again, starters, probably not going to play. Maybe a couple play, but let us know in the comments section who you're going to be watching tonight. Dr. B says Josh Newton. Yes, another rookie that has impressed. He's made some splash plays. Had the penalty last week. I didn't think it was a horrible penalty. It wasn't egregious. I think the Bengals have a really good corner. Their 5th rounder out of TCU. So that's a guy that we'll be watching. William House says Njongmeta. Yes. If you know me, if you watch the program, you know how high I am on Maema Njongmeta. And yes, I'll just a little spoiler alert, he will be on this list. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. But, yeah, but really love what we've seen from Maema Njongmeta. He's a guy that I think has played his way onto the roster. If he plays like the way he's played the past 2 games, Bengals don't have a choice. He has to make the team. Has to. Absolutely has to. He's leading the NFL, preseason, of course, in solo tackles. And I think in total tackles, he's tied for first as well. So he's just absolutely filled up the stat sheet for Cincinnati. Undrafted guy out of Wisconsin. Certainly excited about Maema Njongmeta. Bricktop, our super chat, $20 super chat. Bricktop says Chase Brown, nervous about him. Okay, yeah, I would be shocked if we saw Chase Brown, and I don't think we will see him. Saw him that first series with Joe Burrow, the first preseason game against Tampa. I got a lot of high hopes for Chase Brown. He's a speedster. He didn't, knock your socks off that first game against Tampa, but I really like what the Bengals have in Chase Brown. It's my way of thinking that he eventually will take over Zach Moss. I feel like it's kind of a by committee thing at this point. I think the reps are going to be pretty evenly split down the middle. That's what it feels like between Zach Moss and Chase Brown. But I'm really excited about Chase Brown. If he can stay healthy, I think he could be a serious running back for the Bengals. A lot of people saying Chris Jenkins, Jay Davis, Tim Tyra, Bricktop as well. The Bengals' 2nd-round pick out of Michigan. Thought he really struggled that first game against Tampa Bay, and then last week did much better. Had that sack that was kind of his breakout moment at this point as a professional. And going to have a close eye on him tonight because as that defensive line continues to get thin, which while we're here, we'll touch on Myles Murphy, the report that he's going to be out probably 4 to 6 weeks. Of course, he's an edge guy, not an interior defensive line guy, different than what, of course, Jenkins plays. But I think that you got cause for concern with that whole unit, that whole defensive line unit, edge guys and defensive tackles alike. Of course, Cam Sample out for the year with that ruptured Achilles. I think Cam Sample's a really good football player, and I think the Bengals are really going to feel that. I don't know if it gets talked about enough, the fact that he's not going to be out there for Cincinnati going forward. So I was a big Cam Sample guy, and we'll see how that goes for the Bengals without him out there on the football field. So keep the comments coming. Lerone Simmons is in the chat. Michael Easterwood says Chase Brown. Yep. Ooh, Brandon Rocks 13 says Eric All. That's a good point. I think I was surprised that Eric All was able to come out and play this early for the Bengals. I thought he was a guy that might be starting the season on that injured list for the Bengals. But he's done a good job of getting out there, and I think he's looked the part to this point. I'll just be honest, I didn't love the Eric All pick. I know he's a local guy. But, I was honestly higher on Tanner McLachlan. But I think tonight's going to be another big night for All. We'll see what he can do out there, as a tight end for the Bengals. And we'll see if the quarterbacks can get him the football. So keep it coming in the comments. We'll give some more shout-outs here. But I want to remind you guys to like today's live stream. These are the numbers that we're dealing with. Had a great showing against Tampa Bay. Next week, it was a stinker game. That's just, these things happen, right? The Bengals couldn't get anything going. Scored, 3 points. 1 o'clock game. Audience wasn't great. It is what it is. But when you guys watch a Bengals breakdown by Chat Sports video, got to hit that thumbs up icon for us. It really helps us out. It helps us out with the bosses, one, but it also allows us to continue to bring you guys Bengals coverage and Bengals content. It allows us to make more videos. So looks like we got about 100 people in here. Each and every one of you would mean the world if you just hit that thumbs up icon so we can get these numbers up. We'll see how the audience does throughout the evening, but if we could beat what we did against the Bucs, that would be incredible, and I would be really excited about that. So if we could hit that thumbs up icon, and we'll just have a great night here on Bengals Breakdown. So appreciate you guys for being here, and again, just help us out and hit that thumbs up icon, as you should for all Bengals Breakdown YouTube videos. Also, the bots. You're going to see some bots in the chat. It happens. It happens on all of our channels here at Chat Sports. So if you see bots, spam B. And Dr. B's locked in. He's spamming B. He sees the bots. Appreciate you, Dr. B. You are the man. And, the bots they're always going to be here, and they're going to try to disrupt what we're doing, the fun that we're having. But just spam B for us to help block the bots. And that would mean the world to us. More of the pregame show in a moment, but first I want to give a shout-out to our friends over at Game Time. I absolutely love Game Time because today's show is presented by Game Time. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks is the easiest way to find and buy tickets to live events. A couple weeks ago, I got Jason Aldean tickets with Game Time. It was an incredibly straightforward process, and I got my tickets immediately with zero stress. You can get ready for football season and get tickets to watch the Cincinnati Bengals at Paycor Stadium with our friends over at Game Time. My 2 favorite features on Game Time are as follows. First off is the all-in pricing. Toggling this feature shows the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. You get a lot of those other ticketing companies that can really surprise you when you're at checkout and kind of prevent you, throw those last-minute fees at you. You don't have that issue with our friends over at Game Time. I also love the panoramic view from your seat. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. All right, so going forward here with our pregame action, another guy that we've talked about in the comments section a lot to this point is Maema Njongmeta. I just can't come up with enough good things to say about Maema Njongmeta. He's been absolutely spectacular for the Bengals to this point. Undrafted guy out of Wisconsin, has played a lot of football, has a lot of experience out there. And when the Bengals signed him as an undrafted free agent right after the draft, I remember in that moment thinking, oh, he's a guy that could mess around and potentially make this roster for Cincinnati. And he's proved that he could possibly go out there and do that for the Bengals. Again, if he plays the way that he has been throughout the first 2 games with Cincinnati, I think he's going to find his way onto the roster. I don't think the Bengals will have an option but to keep him on their 53-man roster. Also last week, what's really notable about Njongmeta and his performance is that he played well on special teams. If you're going to be a 5th linebacker on a team in the NFL, you have to be able to play special teams. And he showed that last night. And that's part of the reason why I'm so excited, because he's a versatile guy. He can go out there and play with Darren Simmons' unit as well. So that's something, lots of reasons to be excited about Maema Njongmeta. Again, we need to see it one more time. We've seen it twice. Let's see it one more time out of the kid. And I think if we do, he will be a lock to make the roster. Bricktop says the N is silent. Yes, Maema Njongmeta. That N up front is silent. Brandon Rocks 13 says, is McKinley Jackson healthy and playing? I don't believe so. I don't think we will see McKinley Jackson. As far as if we see him for week 1, that remains to be seen. But he's still banged up. I would be shocked if we saw him tonight. I don't think we will. But also, I think the Bengals are just taking it slow with him, right? I think that's what they're doing with a lot of their guys at this point, right? It's still the preseason. It's not week 1. It's not like we're in the middle of the season and there's reason. And, the Bengals, if they were a couple games under 500 or whatever, and it's like, no, we got to go now. That's not the case. So they're bringing these guys in slowly. And, I'm not concerned about McKinley Jackson not being out there. But as a rookie, of course, you would like to see him get reps. And I think he's a guy that when he's healthy might get forced into action. Because like we've talked about at length, the whole defensive line unit for the Bengals just seems to be thin at this point. Elite Production says, what is your biggest hot take for the Bengals? Ooh, that is a good question. Let me think about that. Biggest hot take for the Bengals. I don't want to be basic and be like, oh, they're going to win the Super Bowl. Even though all of us here in Cincinnati, that's the goal. That's what we think is going to happen. Joe Burrow MVP, that's also kind of a basic thing. I think I'll go with this. Andrei Iosivas will become a household name. I feel like not many people outside of course, where he's from and the Cincinnati area know a lot about this guy. Andrei Iosivas is going to have a massive season for the Cincinnati Bengals. So that might not be a hot take, but that's what we'll go with here right now. Andrei Iosivas, I like that guy a lot. And he's going to be out there on the football field with Jamar Chase, hopefully, probably. We won't dive too much into that unless you guys want to. We'll talk Jamar Chase contract if you want to. But he's going to be out there with Chase and Higgins, two elite wide receivers, and Joe Burrow throwing the football. He's going to be a guy that defenses don't worry about because they're so worried about the other guys out there. And I think he's the guy that defenses should be worried about because Andrei Iosivas is really, really good. The fact the Bengals got him in the 6th round, I mean, you just look at him running around out there, and it's not a 6th-round guy. He looks like a legit wide receiver in the NFL. So that'll be my take on that. Alicia Wade says, who is your favorite rookie on the team so far? It is Amarius Mims, who unfortunately, of course, is hurt. I really feel like he was on his way to becoming the starter week 1 for the Bengals. I think he was going to start at right tackle if he didn't have this strained pectoral issue that he had. I think he's going to be the right tackle of the future for the Bengals. He is my favorite rookie. Hopefully he can come back and not really miss a beat. But he would be my favorite rookie. And a close second would be Jermaine Burton. I really love Jermaine Burton at Alabama. And I feel like his play style just fits in with Cincinnati. He reminds me of Jamar Chase in terms of his attitude out on the field. Is he as talented as Jamar? No, but just how physical he is, and he just won't take nothing from nobody. And he'll go out there and he'll go to war with his teammates, which is something I love about Jermaine Burton. Bengals are kind of slowly bringing him into the fold, but I'm really excited about Jermaine Burton. Those would be my two favorite at this point. Tonka says, what time's the game? Supposedly, allegedly, 8 o'clock. So just over 20 minutes from now. But I have a feeling it's going to be more of an 8:15 kick. But that's where we're at this point. Brandon Rocks, love this take. He says, I think Mike Gesicki in our offense will make him a Pro Bowler again. People have forgotten about Gesicki because he played in New England, and they had their quarterback carousel debacle over there with the Patriots. And, yeah, when he was in Miami, he really was a great playmaker for him. And believe it or not, despite the fact he plays that tight end position, he's going to do a good job of filling in the slot for Tyler Boyd, kind of getting a lot of the reps that Tyler Boyd got. So 100%, I'm really excited about Mike Gesicki. I think he's going to be a big-time target for Joe Burrow in the red zone. And, I think he is clearly tight end 1 on this team. Nothing against, Drew Sample or any of the other guys, but I think Gesicki, people are going to really be happy that Mike Gesicki is a Cincinnati Bengal. Really love that point. All right, let's keep it moving here. Another player that I am watching tonight is Cedric Johnson. It's another rookie, 6th-round guy out of Ole Miss. And Cedric Johnson's a guy, again, I feel like a broken record saying this, plays on the defensive line, so he's going to have to step up. And I thought he played well last week in Chicago. Again, he's a guy that can go out there and play a little special teams for you, believe it or not, at that edge spot. And, the Bengals, their personnel is going to be tested early on because they are thin at that spot. And, those guys tend to get beat up. So, obviously, you hope Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard get through the entirety of the year without getting hurt. But, there's probably going to be a time where those guys, aren't out there for every single game. So that's going to really test your depth at that position. And Cedric Johnson is going to be a guy that's going to get called upon to go out there and, execute at a high level for this team. So obviously you're always watching the rookies in the preseason, but he's definitely the guy that I'm going to have a close eye on tonight. When the Bengals took him, frankly, I didn't know a ton about him. Coming from Ole Miss, didn't know much about him, but what I've seen from him so far, I've been really pleased with him and how he's played at this point. Elite Production says Jermaine Burton stat prediction. Let's he'll get in the end zone a few times this year. That's for sure. We'll see him do a little dance in the end zone. That's what I've got for you on that. Let's see. Arcathelza back says, sorry if I butchered that name, says, do you think Burton plays a lot tonight or the Bengals have seen enough? Great question. I think he will play tonight. He was, when he left the game last week, he was grabbing his back. We haven't really heard much about it, but if he's healthy, I think he will go out there and play. Thought it was really exciting what the Bengals got from him from a return aspect. I think it's a great way to kind of ease him into playing, right? Because you got a sure-handed guy in Jermaine Burton. I don't know if he had any drops at Alabama. And that's what you want when you put a guy back there. He's got to be a sure-handed guy. Jermaine Burton, sure-handed guy. And, there's not really, as far as digesting a playbook as a returner, you're just kind of going by instinct out there. So that's kind of an easy way to get him in there, get him out on the football field, give him live reps. And if you have confidence in his hands and his ability to, hold on the football, which I think Cincinnati does, that could be a nice position for him. Now, when you look at the kind of, the return lineup, I guess, kind of depth chart, I don't know, for the Bengals, it'll be interesting because Charlie Jones, I think, he's your punt returner if he's healthy. I think he is your best punt returner for the Bengals. From a kickoff aspect, you're looking at one of the running backs, either Travion Williams, who has done it in the past, or perhaps Chase Brown being that guy. So, maybe the Bengals will pivot if he has another good game here as a returner. Maybe they think about putting Burton back there as their kick return guy. We'll see. But I thought it was exciting that he got those reps. Tim Tyra says the game is on Prime. Yes, it is. I do believe if you are in Cincinnati, you can get it on a local station as well. But, yes, it is. Herbie will be on the call. He was at practice throughout the week, so Kirk Herbstreit will be on the call, which is certainly very exciting. And, Amazon Prime will be how you view the game tonight. But if you don't have Prime, that's fine. Just tune in to Bengals Breakdown here. We'll have all the play-by-play for you. We'll have a great time vibing with the chat. So if you don't have Prime, no worries. Just tune in right here at Bengals Breakdown. Thomas Bay says, can't Jermaine Burton replace Charlie Jones? He seemed very good. Yeah, I think, that could be a possibility. I think if Charlie Jones is healthy, they would much rather have Charlie Jones be that guy as a punt returner for them. I'm interested to see if Charlie Jones plays tonight. Obviously, he's been banged up. We were worried at first that it was going to be a serious issue. Turns out he just banged knees. He's going to be fine. Thought he was going to play against Chicago, ended up not playing. So he's kind of up in the air in that regard. But I think he's your punt returner for Cincinnati. I think he's the guy you want to be your punt returner. But, ultimately, if he's the guy getting the reps out there and isn't going well, Darren Simmons feels like he needs to switch something up. Burton could be a guy to get those reps. Potato Supremacy says, I live between Dayton and Cincinnati. It's not on any local stations. I thought it was supposed to be on Fox around here. I guess, I don't know. That's what I thought. I could be wrong. But sorry if you can't get the game. But, hey, you're locked in with us here at Bengals Breakdown. We'll tell you everything you need to know. All right, so we're about 20 minutes away from kick, so let's keep it moving here with our pregame show. 10 players to watch. I'm going to couple these guys together, Elijah Collins and Noah Cain. Two running backs, of course. Both guys had long college careers, Michigan State, for Elijah Collins before finishing at Oklahoma State. Noah Cain, Penn State, LSU guy. Have played a ton of football throughout their career. And they're given an opportunity at this point. Are these guys going to make the roster? No, they're not. But these guys are competing for a potential practice squad opportunity for the Bengals. So that's kind of what their job is going to be going out there tonight. Now, their job is to essentially figure out, make the Bengals have a decision where they keep those guys on the practice squad. Because the Bengals might be looking at the waiver wire for that running back spot. Of course, Chris Evans has he's out for the year, with his knee injury. So, that kind of throws a wrench in some of their plans at running back. So their job is to go out there and produce so the Bengals don't look elsewhere for adding another running back. Samaje Perine's a guy that we floated out throughout the week. It seems like he's kind of the guy on the outside looking in Denver. So he's a guy that could potentially hit the waiver wire. Of course, Perine spent several years in Cincinnati. I think a lot of people in Cincinnati like Samaje Perine a lot. And there could be a reunion there potentially. But these two guys are just trying to compete for a practice squad spot and really gain the trust of the staff. The top 3 running backs, that's set. That's not changing. 1A, 1B, Zach Moss, Chase Brown, however you want to slice it. Next guy, Travion Williams. But from there, you kind of have to go with Elijah Collins or Noah Cain, with Chris Evans being hurt. And, that certainly makes things interesting going forward for the Bengals. All right, let's get back to our Super Chat menu here. And while we're here, I'm actually going to update this bottom L3 here because we no longer have 99 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. We have 79, thanks to Brick Top, who is the man. And he's spamming Samaje in the comments. Yeah, I like Samaje as well. I think the Bengals don't go to that Super Bowl without Samaje Perine. Obviously, people are like, oh, why did Perine get the last handoff in the Super Bowl? It should have been Mixon. Yeah, whatever. Lots of reasons why the Bengals lost the Super Bowl. But that AFC Championship against the Kansas City Chiefs, that doesn't they don't win that game if it were not for Samaje Perine. So, I'm really here for Samaje. I would like to see that reunion in Cincinnati. Between those two guys. So, if you like Samaje Perine, spam his name for us in the comment section because I think there's a lot of people that would like to see him back in Cincinnati, and I'm here for it. I mean, he's not going to get meaningful reps, really, but he's a guy that's been in the building before that you trust, and so we get that number updated there for you. And, I'm totally here for Samaje Perine. Yeah, when you see the bots, just spam B. We're going to be dealing with that all year. It's just the way it goes, unfortunately. Going to be dealing with bots a lot. So, want to bring back our Super Chat menu for you guys here. Keeping it simple tonight. Any Super Chat, you want to send in a 99-cent Super Chat? That makes us incredibly happy. We are totally here for that. Just ask me a question. Could be anything. Could be Bengals related. It could be related to a different NFL team. Could be a personal question. I'm here to answer. Here to kick it with you guys tonight as we watch some Bengals football. So any question you got on your mind, fire it away. Send us a Super Chat, and we will answer that. $10 Super Chat is entry into the Jungle Club. Again, the Jungle Club. You get your name on this helmet, and once the helmet fills up, we auction it off. 3 names on the Jungle, a part of the Jungle Club at this point. Me, Chris, and Brick Top, who did an excellent job for us, helping us out early on in the show with that $20 Super Chat. That was awesome. Now, the bottom part there that you see at the very bottom of your screen, 79 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. Whenever that first number, so whenever it becomes, once it gets into the 60s, I will take a shot of Skyline chili from the can, lukewarm, and we'll take that. And that will be what we do for that. And Bricktop is back with another $2 Super Chat. Bricktop, you are the man. And his question is, dude, is your name really Stone Shield? Yes, Stone Shields, Shields with an S. But, yep, that is my name. That is what I have gone by my whole life. So I got lucky with that one, I'll admit. The folks did a good job with that. So, yes, I appreciate the $2 Super Chat. Bricktop, you are the man. And, yes, that is my name. Are you a Viking? I'm not a Viking, but that is a funny comment there. Bricktop, appreciate you. Super Chat, that really helps us out here at the channel, makes the bosses happy, and will be great to report those numbers. So you are the man, Bricktop. Jacob says, Stone, how is Geno Stone looking so far? Glad you brought him up, Jacob Newberry. I'm really excited about Geno Stone. Of all the so excited about so many guys because, the beginning of a new year, Bengals have one of the best rosters in the NFL, so there's plenty of reason to be excited across the board. But Geno Stone, from what I can tell, is looking good. What he did in Baltimore last year was more than good, was spectacular. And the fact that he's a Cincinnati Bengal just kind of put it to the side that he was a Baltimore Raven. He, of course, was really the reason that the Ravens beat the Bengals week 2 last year, his interception on Joe Burrow in the red zone. So, yes, I'm really excited about Geno Stone. I think the safety play this year is going to be absolutely incredible. You got 3 guys there that I really like a lot in Geno Stone. Von Bell coming back. It's going to be so good to see him out there with the Bengals again. He's still got it. Of course, he's getting up there in age a little bit, but he still can move around the football field and do an excellent job for you out there. So really excited about Von Bell being back. Jordan Battle, it's only a matter of time before he mans that position that Von Bell's kind of taking back this year. I think you're going to see a lot of great things out of Jordan Battle. Excited to see him tonight thus far. As we get another super chat. Lord Buddy Bear with a $10 super chat. He is also a member of the Jungle Club. He says, put me in the Jungle Club. I am in a lot of Chat Sports Hall of Fame clubs, closing in on 20 of them now. I'm a Raider fan, but enjoy the live shows and hang out on other channels too. Lord Buddy Bear, you are the man. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat. We will get your name written down here. And, wow, look at that. Already we got 4 people in the Jungle Club. So we're doing a great job of growing today. And look at that. We're back. Bricktop with a $5 super chat. Everybody real quickly spam Lord Buddy Bear in the chat for us. Show some love to Lord Buddy Bear. Bricktop is back. Sorry, but I'm still stuck on your dope name. Are your parents awesome hippies or something? We need to know. My parents are awesome. They're not hippies, though. So, okay, so there was a soap opera. I'm gonna forget the name of it. No, General Hospital. That's what it is. General Hospital. And there was somebody, I've never seen it, by the way, but there was somebody named Stone. So my parents, that's where they got the name from, and that's where they decided to go with Stone. And yeah, I got lucky there. I did. I got very lucky. The parents did a great job with that. Stone Shields, that is the name. That is true. It is real. It's not a nickname. That's the real name. So big shout out to my parents for coming up with that. But no, they're not hippies. They just were able to come up with that. Oh, so we got to update this, the number of cans of Skyline chili on the wall. Bricktop and Lord Buddy Bear. I'm just getting these names written down so I don't forget real quick, and we'll get them. I will make sure those get added at the end of the game tonight. So what is that, Chris? What are we at now? 62 here. So let's get this, we'll get this fixed here on the bottom. As we go there, look at that. We're just moving right along here. Moving right along. I appreciate you guys for sending these super chats in. Really means a lot for us. And, yeah, I love the vibes of where we're at tonight with this chat. All right, here we go. Doing another shot of Skyline here. Oh, that is watery. That is watery tonight. Here we go. Lord Buddy Bear and Bricktop. This is for you. It's always Skyline time in Cincinnati. Really, the flavor's fine, right? The flavor, it's Skyline chili. But the fact that it's cold and it's a little runny, that's kind of what makes it a little bit gross. That's what makes it not ideal. But, hey, we're in Cincinnati. Like I said, it's always Skyline time in Cincinnati. Dr. B says, bro, is the $50 still on the table? I need to know. So $50 super chat was the shot of Skyline chili and a Bean Boozled at the same time. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that's what it was, Dr. B. I think that's what it was. And to answer your question, sure, that's on the table. Somebody sends in a 50 ball, we will do that. And we'll certainly get very excited about that as well. Bricktop says you're about to have heartburn. Yeah, it's going to, yeah. But, hey. We'll delete that whole can if it means more super chats and more people tuned into our program here. So appreciate you guys so much, Bricktop and Lord Buddy Bear. Show them some love in the comment section, both of them. Spam Lord Buddy Bear and Bricktop in the comments. Just love that, helping our show out here on Bengals Breakdown. Key QB16 says, ain't going to sit well. That's spoken like someone that's had Skyline before. And you're not wrong, my friend. You are not wrong. All right, so where are we here? It looks like we're at about, allegedly, 8 minutes till kick. We'll see if that ends up being true or not. Again, think it'll probably be a little bit later than that. But let's knock out some more players here while we got a chance here. And, we'll keep it pushing here with the show. So, again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. A little Thursday night football action in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Another guy that I'm looking at tonight is Tanner McLachlan. Now, he's a guy that I've hyped a lot on the show. Hasn't really panned out to this point in the preseason through 2 games. But let's do the lousy quarterback play. I thought Logan Woodside was really good for the Bengals against Tampa Bay. Jake Brown obviously stunk up the joint in that game. And then against Chicago, Woodside did some things. He did some gritty things, some tough things. But ultimately, he made a lot of mistakes, too. And, he wasn't picking up what the defense was putting at him a lot. And at the end of the day, McLachlan just hasn't had a ton of opportunity. He hasn't had a lot of footballs thrown his way. So, I don't know. At this point, he might be on the outside looking in as far as the 53-man roster goes for Cincinnati. We'll see if they keep 5 tight ends. That would kind of be I don't want to say unprecedented because it's happened before. But I would be a little bit surprised if they did end up taking 5 tight ends for Cincinnati. But I'm a big fan of Tanner McLachlan. What he did his last year at Arizona was really spectacular, I thought. And the Bengals love their draft picks. They hate moving off him immediately. That would really be unlike what they do if they just were to cut him right away, let him hit the waiver wire. I don't think that would necessarily happen. But Tanner McLachlan, let us know what you think about Tanner McLachlan, by the way, in the comment section. Maybe I'm just too high on him. I remember Daniel Jeremiah, who, of course, is, NFL analyst, draft guru guy. He had him as tight end 2 in this year's draft behind Brock Bowers. And, of course, McLachlan didn't end up going to the 6th round, but, Jeremiah, he's a smart guy. He's been right about a lot of things. So I was hyped about, him as well. And through 2 games, he hasn't really shown us a ton. You haven't heard a ton from him in that regard, but, we'll see what happens. We got another super chat right now, totally not the FBI, with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you. We are rocking and rolling tonight. He says, hello, Bengals fans. Just know that we are totally not watching you. Watch the screen. Go Colts. Appreciate that. Type what? Yeah. Yeah, type L in the chat for the Colts fans in there. Totally not the FBI. Appreciate it. The $5 super chat. You are the man. We are rocking and rolling tonight. We'll have to update our cans of Skyline chili on the wall. Get those L's in the chat. Hey, we appreciate it, though. $5 super chat. Helping us out here at Bengals Breakdown. You're the man. Appreciate it, my guy. But back to Tanner McLachlan. Like to see him do a little bit more tonight. We'll see if he gets footballs thrown his way, as everybody's spamming the L's in the chat. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now with Tanner McLachlan. Hopefully he can make do some things tonight for Cincinnati, because I think he definitely will be out there playing. But we'll see. I don't know. That's one of the things that I've said that hasn't really panned out. Obviously, can't be right about everything. I've been wrong plenty of times, but I might be trending in the wrong direction here with Tanner McLachlan at this point at that tight end position for the Cincinnati Bengals. While we got a second here, I want to give a shout-out to our friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $100. Or excuse me, into $1,000. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Some things that I've got this year, I've got more, the Joe Burrow passing yards, got more in that regard, as well as Trevor Lawrence as well, got more with those guys. Preseason football is underway, but you can also pick more or less on 2024 season stats on PrizePicks. Will Patrick Mahomes throw for more or less than 4,300 yards? Will C.J. Stroud's sophomore season result in more or less than 4,100 yards? Enter your season picks before Week 1 kicks off. So make sure you guys get in there with PrizePicks and do that. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks for a deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks, run your game. Big shout out to our friends over at PrizePicks. Obviously, without them, this show would not be possible. And just really thankful for them and all that they do. Make sure you guys use PrizePicks if you got some money that you can, get out there with the daily fantasy sports on PrizePicks. I really recommend that you do that because they are awesome. Keeping this moving right along here. 10 players to watch. Really excited about Matt Lee. Matt Lee, a 7th-round pick for the Cincinnati Bengals. Center out of Miami. Played every single snap for the Bengals last week at center against the Bears. Every single one, he was out there. So, and he allowed 0 pressures while he was out there. So really impressive from the rookie. I really think he's going to be Ted Karras' backup. Again, you want that to carry over. You want him to do that again this week for the Bengals. Want to see that consistency out of him. But I think people are really happy with what Matt Lee's done. I would be shocked if he didn't make the roster. As far as his battle with Trey Hill goes, as we get another super chat in, Michael Easterwood. Are you looking at a monster season? Are you looking at a monster Caesar from our great kicker, Evan? Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. He's going to be phenomenal this year. So Michael Easterwood is also in our Jungle Club. Michael Easterwood, you are the man. First-time super chatter as well. That is absolutely awesome. Michael Easterwood, you are the guy. Thank you so much for that $15 super chat. You are in the Jungle Club as I write your name down here. And we are down to 42 cans of Skyline Chili on the wall, so we will make sure to update that. Michael Easterwood. Everybody spam Michael Easterwood in the comments section for us. We got 3 people joining me and Chris in the Jungle Club. That is absolutely awesome. Die-hard Bengals fans in that Jungle Club. Michael Easterwood. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And, McPherson, I don't know about you, Michael, but he is one of my favorite players for the Bengals, even though he's a kicker. I mean, you're just so confident when he gets out there on the football field for the Bengals. And, I think he's going to – I believe his career long is 59 at this point, and we'll see if he can up that. I think he'll hit a 60-yarder this year. But Michael Easterwood, you are the man. Appreciate you. And what was that, Chris? What is the number now? How many? 42. All right, I'll write that down as well, and we'll get that adjusted when we can. It is 8 o'clock, so the game should be kicking off in any moment. ZZK1SWN says, "Hi, Stone Shields. Such a good fan." I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for joining us here on Bengals Breakdown for our third watch party as we get Amazon Prime fired up here on the TV. Dr. B says, "Dub Michael." Absolutely. Absolutely. Michael Easterwood is the man, and he is a part of the Jungle Club. So really excited about that. Kings Island Historian. Kings Island. I used to have a membership out at Kings Island in good old Mason, Ohio. Ride some roller coasters there. That was a good thing. Chris said he just went a couple weeks ago. Was that your first time? First time? Yeah, that's a good. You hated it? You're not a roller coaster guy? Yeah. Yeah, that was as a kid, I frequented that place quite a bit. Middle school. It brings me back to middle school is what I think of when I think of Kings Island. Yes, Brandon Rocks, we are live. I'm currently looking at Carissa Thompson and Andrew Whitworth. They're chatting it up at Paycor Stadium. Looks like we had a decent crowd. Some more people starting to file in for the Bengals here as we get ready for kick. While we got a second, want to give our last guy some love here, and that is Jaxson Kirkland. If you don't know who he is, learn the name. Not necessarily because he's going to be great. I don't know. I hope he's going to be good, but he's going to get thrust into action. He's going to be an offensive tackle that makes this team for Cincinnati, because Jaxson Kirkland is not. They've really been given a lot of reps to Jaxson Kirkland, and he's going to be that first tackle that they look at if they're not looking at guys like Orlando Brown and then Mims and Trent Brown on the other side. Something happens to those guys, Jaxson Kirkland's probably going to be playing out there at tackle for you. And we've seen what Cody Ford has done, kind of filling in. He's got some versatility there, which you appreciate out of a offensive lineman. You respect that if he can play that guard spot, which, of course, is what he's used to. But Bengals have bounced him out to that tackle position as well, and I think he's done a nice job there. So Jaxson Kirkland is a guy that you're going to be looking at here and for the Bengals, and I think he's going to get a lot of playing time this year in the regular season. Hopefully, Bengals can stay healthy on that offensive line, but at some point, I do believe that Jaxson Kirkland's going to be out there getting meaningful snaps for the Bengals. All right, we appear to be close to kickoff. They just went to commercial up here, but it should be pretty close to kickoff. So while we got a minute here, again, I am doing a little self-producing here tonight, so if you see me look down, or if I pause for a second, just hang with me. I appreciate you guys. Just trying to do multiple things here at once. Of course, we'll be focusing on the game when that starts as well. But just trying to get this set up for kickoff. So let me know in the comments. Get your score predictions in the comments. Predict the score of this game. Are the Bengals going to get in the end zone tonight? Didn't happen last week. Let me know what you think. Get those score predictions for me in the comments section. We'll give some shout-outs here in a moment once we get all this set up. So let me know what you think. Get those score predictions in for us right now. Brandon Rock says, I'm still concerned with our punting. Yes, so I was going to get to that on the pregame show, but we actually ran out of time a little bit there. It's a great point, Brandon. I do think that there is reason to be concerned at that punter position for the Bengals, because Brad Robbins isn't healthy, dealing with that hip flexor issue. So that gives Ryan Rico out of BYU a lot of opportunity to go out there and try to take this job away from Robbins. I thought last week he was just he wasn't great. So he didn't go out there. He wasn't bad, but he didn't go out there and kind of take the bull by the horns, if you will, and really go win that job for the Bengals. So he's a guy that you'll be watching closely tonight. I think he only has one punt down inside the 20 throughout the preseason. So hopefully that changes for him, and he can have a really nice game for the Bengals so far, or in this one on Thursday Night Football for Cincinnati. So we will see. Certainly going to monitor that punting spot. And also an interesting note about that, he's switching up the way that he holds for Cincinnati. He is holding in a bit of a different way than normal, because Evan McPherson likes his holders to only use one finger. And apparently Ryan Rico has always held with two fingers throughout his career. So that's something that he's had to switch up a little bit. And that is a really important part of the punting job, is holding, right? Kevin Huber famously said that's like half the job is holding. And you really got to have that good relationship with the kicker, and you got to have really know what you're doing in that regard. Somebody said, Yo, Stone, not going to lie, when you took over, Bengals Breakdown got better. I appreciate that. You're a real one for that. The channel's had some very good hosts in the past for sure, but it's an honor to kind of have that job right now, and I appreciate the kind words in that regard. And we're all doing our best here, so I appreciate the love there, and you're a real one for appreciating me as I kind of take over this post. I know it's difficult always. We get a new host thrown at you. It's a little bit it's obviously a lot different. It's a whole different kind of ball game and relationship that you got to form with the host, but I appreciate the love. They're showing Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels in the booth as we appear to be close to kickoff here. Close to kickoff. Again, want to remind you guys about our Super Chat menu. Appreciate all the love to this point. Lord Buddy Bear and Bricktop and Michael Easterwood. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal through that pregame tailgate. We tallied in $57 in Super Chat revenue. That is the most that we have done by far in any pregame here at Bengals Breakdown. So appreciate you guys so much. That really goes a long way for us. It makes the bosses happy. when we can report that to them. So it just means a lot, and you guys are real ones for that. And looking forward to watching Bengals football with you guys throughout the entirety of the season. So it appears this game is getting ready to get underway between the Bengals and the Colts. Shane Steichen, Zach Taylor, those are the two head coaches that we have here in this matchup. Kaylee Hartung on the field reporting for Amazon Prime. Let's get our it looks like the Bengals are running out for the kick right now. So let's spam Houday in the chat right now. Get those Houdays in there. Let's get fired up as we get ready to kick off here in Cincinnati. So spam Houday in the chat. Tim Tyler says, welcome to the jungle. That's absolutely right. I don't know if if you guys have been to a Bengals game. I get chills every time they play that before the opening kick. It is just absolutely outstanding. So spam Houday in the chat. Get excited, get hyped, because we are just about ready for Bengals football coming up. The Colts will kick it away, and the Bengals are back deep to receive. Let's see who we got back there. Does not appear that is Jermaine Burton. Can't really tell the number on that. Looks like there is a bit of a delay here as they get the ball in the tee. Now it looks like they are ready to go. And we are off. And Charlie Jones has the kick, and he's going down the sideline out to midfield. Welcome back, Chuck Sizzle. My goodness. Making his presence felt immediately. I didn't even know who was back there. Next thing you know, you see 15 streaking down the sideline. Charlie Jones is back, and it is a monster kick return. Welcome back to the NFL, Charlie Jones. Down the sideline, out to midfield. How about that? That knee looks all right to me, folks. That looks just fine. All right, here we go. Logan Woodside at quarterback. Bengals have it at the 50. The give is to Williams. Williams got a little bit of space there as he gets a couple on that first down run for Cincinnati. Lord Buddy Bear says, not a fan of the new kickoff rule. Yeah, I'm still getting used to it, man. To be honest with you, I haven't really developed a feeling for it. I'm still kind of getting used to it. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, this is just the preseason. It'll feel more real once the regular season starts and we see this. But, yeah, it's certainly going to take some adjustment, that's for sure. Charlie Jones looked phenomenal on that kick. 2nd and 8 for the Bengals. Play action. Woodside dumps it off to Williams, who not much there, only gets about a couple, and it'll be 3rd and long for Cincinnati. Yep, keep spamming those Houdays in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Jamar Chase is in the building. Of course, he's in street clothes, but only a matter of time before he's out there in stripes for Cincinnati. 13:50 to go, quarter number 1. 3rd and 9 for the Bengals. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Woodside in shotgun. 4 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. Colts bring 4, and they're going to get home. And they're going to sack Logan Woodside for a massive loss. Despite the great field position from Cincinnati, they go 3 and out. Will be forced to punt. That's Latu on the sack of Woodside. Obviously not ideal there. I mean, the pressure just collapses. That is Cody Ford playing that left tackle spot, and he just gets beat, and down goes Woodside. So they do have Ford out there at that right tackle position for Cincinnati. Ryan Rico on to punt. Let's see if he can get him inside the 20. Kick is away, and it sails into the end zone. Not a great punt there at all from Rico, as that goes well into the end zone. And Anthony Richardson in the first-team offense for Indianapolis will come out onto the field. (0-0) here at Paycor Stadium. Charlie Jones with an incredible opening kickoff return out past midfield. But unfortunately, the Bengals offense can't do anything with it. Logan Woodside and the offense go 3 and out. And Anthony Richardson will take over for Indianapolis. The snap, play action, some pressure. J2 Fele over the middle, pass is caught. Former Cincinnati Bearcat Alec Pierce, Allen George in coverage. First down, Indianapolis. Random Rock says, one of my favorite non-Bengals is Anthony Richardson. I'm interested to see what Richardson can do. Obviously, he was having a good rookie campaign before he got hurt. Hasn't really got a lot of attention, but he's a freak athlete, that's for sure. So we'll see what he can do in year 2. Handoff goes for a couple. And that is Jonathan Taylor out there. So it looks like the Colts got all of their first-teamers out there. Really interested to see how Cincinnati does against this group. Let you guys know if I see any starters out there for the Bengals. Let's take a look at this cornerback position when we get a second here. Will be 2nd and 6 for the Colts coming up. Bengals show pressure, sag off. Screen pass is caught. J2 Fele on the stop for Cincinnati. 3rd down coming up. J2 Fele is a guy competing for a roster spot. I think a lot of people think he's kind of on the outside looking in for the Bengals, but that's a great play there by Tufele. Tackle for a loss in 3rd and 10 coming up for Shane Steichen and the Colts. Spam those threes for us in the comment section. Those threes in there. 3rd down. Bengals showing pressure. They bring pressure. Alec Pierce has another catch and another first down. Maema Njongmeta in on the tackle with Allen George. Bengals brought some pressure there. Richardson was able to get it out of his hands quickly, and it'll be a first down for Indianapolis. But Maema Njongmeta saying his name once again. Nice tackle there by the Bengals' undrafted rookie linebacker. 1st and 10 for Indianapolis at midfield. Over the middle, pass is caught. Michael Pittman Jr., another first down. Allen George is just getting toasted. Tell you what, Anthony Richardson looks good. He's playing on time. And that's several first downs there in a row for Indianapolis. Potato Supremacy says, only one I see on the Bengals defense that will get significant time is Jordan Battle. Yeah, that's probably a good call there. Potato Supremacy. First down play for Indianapolis goes for about 9. 2nd and short coming up. Colts really just moving the ball right down the field at this point against the Bengals' second-team defense. Phil says Colts winning by 6, calling it now. Well, if you're a gambling man, that would mean the Bengals would cover, because I believe this closed at 6.5. A.D. Mitchell into the game. Colts rookie pick. Play action. Richardson looking deep. It's not there. Instead, he dumps it off to Jonathan Taylor, who gets tackled by several Cincinnati Bengals there, including Justin Blazek. So, yeah, I'm not seeing really any significant starters out there for the Bengals at this point. Again, Jordan Battle is out there. And, preseason week 3, that's what you're going to get. They're really just trying to see who's going to make the roster. No really reason to risk injury within these guys. Obviously, a different approach for Shane Steichen as he's got, his first-team offense. But that's different. He's got a young quarterback that missed a lot of last year, so trying to get his feet wet, that's for sure. Handoff to Taylor as a decent hole, and that'll be a pickup of about 7. Jordan Battle in on the tackle. 2nd down coming up for Indianapolis. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor has that concussion helmet pad on, so it'll be interesting to see if that continues. Are you allowed to do that in the regular season? You are allowed to do that in the regular season now, so it'll be interesting to see if Taylor continues to do that, but it certainly does stick out a little bit. But, hey, if it's helping prevent concussions, then certainly a good thing. David says he smells an interception. Well, let's see what happens here. They have it inside the red zone. Handoff is to Jonathan Taylor, who gets stopped short of the first down. And they are in the game time red zone, of course. Lou Anarumo's defense looking for a stop here for Cincinnati. Colts just kind of driving it right on down the field. Executing on really all 3 downs. But it's 3rd and 1. Spam those 3s in the comments. Here's Richardson in shotgun. Hands it off to Taylor, who's got enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal, Indianapolis. Pick up of about 1, maybe 2 on the play. First and goal coming up, about 7 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Richardson in shotgun, takes the snap. Bengals bring some pressure. Richardson end zone. Pass is broken up on the play by Jordan Battle. Intended for Ogletree. Great play by the Bengals, second-year safety out of Alabama. 2nd and goal coming up for Indianapolis. Guys, make sure you guys are subscribed to our channel. If you are in here and you are not subscribed, we're trying to hit 10K subs tonight. So I believe we are close to that. We'll get the live sub count up here on the screen at the next commercial. But help us out. Hit that sub button. Again, we'll have all of these watch parties for every single Bengals game. Richardson takes the snap. Here comes pressure. Floated over the middle. Pass is caught by A.D. Mitchell, and it will be a touchdown for Indianapolis. Tell you what, Richardson looked good on that drive. Really did a nice job of just staying calm. Bengals bring some pressure there, and he did not flinch. Went through his progression and got it to A.D. Mitchell, who gets into the end zone. Josh Newton coming off the edge there, as well as I believe that was Shaka Hayward. Daijahn Anthony is just a step behind A.D. Mitchell here. Really nice play design there by Shane Steichen. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Touchdown, Colts. Yep, Tim Tyrer, your prediction is off to a good start as the extra point is up, and it is good. 7-0 Indianapolis. We update this scoreboard really quickly. 7-0. And there's about 6-7 minutes to go, quarter number 1 for Cincinnati. See if Logan Woodside and the Bengals offense can look a little bit better there than they did that first drive. Obviously went 3 and out after that great return by Charlie Jones. So we'll see if Jones can do that again. I assume he will be back there again. Great to see him get some kickoff return reps there. View him more as a punt return guy, but yeah, we'll certainly take a, if he's going to bring it out the midfield, shoot, sign me up. Again, remember to hit that sub button if you haven't already. Looks like we got over 200 people in here. I know all you guys aren't subscribed yet. Let's change that. Let's hit that sub button. Look, we've got pretty much daily Bengals videos out for you guys. Our watch parties, of course. So we get the live sub counter up. There we go. All right, we can get 10,000 tonight, don't you think? We can totally get 10,000. This audience continues to grow. Maybe the Bengals can climb, make this a competitive game. That'll help with the audience, and we can get 10K in no time. So help us out. Hit that sub button, and you will get constant Bengals coverage. And Bengals breaking news strikes, we got you. Miles Murphy, once that injury news came out today, we were right on that. Had a short up for you guys. So help us out. Hit that sub button. The more we grow, the more stuff we can do. So the more Bengals coverage we can bring. Alicia Wade says she subbed and liked. That is awesome, Alicia. I appreciate that. Everybody should be like, Alicia, help us out and sub. Michael Easterwood says, let's see how the Colts do without the starters. Yep, that's true. I mean, keep in mind that was their first-team offense out there, and that was not the Bengals' first-team defense. So no reason to be alarmed there. It's just kind of a bonus. If the Bengals were to have gotten a stop there, it's kind of a bonus that you stopped the first team, but ultimately that's not what happened. They went out there, got beat, but Anthony Richardson had a brilliant drive. I think he deserves a lot of credit there, and Yeah, that was a really nice drive by him. He didn't really look like a guy that didn't have many games under his belt. He looked like a veteran out there, really, just the way he was operating and the poise he had. Especially, the Bengals brought some pressure on him. Lou Anarumo, of course, likes doing that to young guys, and he really did a nice job of just hanging in there and executing and getting the ball to his playmakers. Brandon Rock says, Houday is going to go enjoy the game with family. Brandon, you're the man. Thanks for hanging out with us through this point. Really appreciate you, Brandon. Hope you are back for week 1. Dustin Goff showing some love for us, says he has been subscribed. And he says it's a great channel. Dustin, you are the man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. So it was not Charlie Jones on this kick return. Instead, it was Travion Williams who brought it out for Cincinnati. Not a ton there. And the Bengals will set up shop here and get ready with Logan Woodside. All right, let's see Logan Woodside kind of channel some of that energy and that ability that he showed that first week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because played really well then. And, that last week was a bit of a struggle bus really for everybody, but certainly him as well. So the Bengals are in the pistol formation here. Williams is the running back. The give is to Williams, and not much going there, as he's lucky to get that back to the line of scrimmage. Interesting note, Cam Grandy is in at tight end for Cincinnati. So he's a guy that I viewed as the last guy on the in their tight end room, but they're going with him instead of Tanner McLachlan here. So that could be something that is certainly noteworthy. 2nd and 10 coming up for Cincinnati. About 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Woodside, oh my goodness, did he throw an interception? He may have just thrown an interception. That may have hit the ground. Refs say it is an interception. Desert Ranger Jesus, though, with some good news. He says, can't wait to wear my new cap, Houday. That is absolutely right, Desert Ranger Jesus. We got that today, and I believe that will arrive at your place in New Jersey on Saturday. So, for you guys that were not with us last week, Desert Ranger Jesus won our hat raffle last week. We're getting that hat shipped out to him. So, Desert Ranger Jesus, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my friend. That is awesome. And, that hat will be out to you in no time. So, it does appear Logan Woodside just threw an interception there. Just kidding. The refs call it an incomplete pass. The Bengals catch a bit of a break here. Zach Taylor looks a little fired up there on the sideline. You don't really see that kind of emotion from Zach Taylor. He looks like he was getting a little bit animated there with Woodside. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication with the running back Williams, but looks like the ball did, in fact, hit the ground, so the Bengals get second life here. It is 3rd and 10. Got to shake off the cobwebs here if you're Woodside and make something happen. It's been a rough start so far for the Toledo product. Woodside takes the snap. Colts bring 4, backpedaling, dumps it off to Williams, who has some space. Williams towards the first down marker, and he's got it. First down, Cincinnati, pickup of 12. Travion Williams with a beautiful run after the catch for Cincinnati. The Bengals get their first down of the ball game here with about 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And we have 37 more cans of Skyline Chili on the wall. Again, if you're just joining us, for every super chat, dollar in super chat, that number of Skyline Chili cans on the wall goes down. We'll pop that up on the screen here. Woodside play action, dumps it off to Eric All. Eric All's got some space. He's running, barrels forward for another first down for Cincinnati. There is a flag on the play. That was a nice run there by Eric All. Bengals starting to gain a little momentum here offensively. And it is roughing the passer on the Colts, which will tack on another 15 yards. So Cincinnati threatening at this point. What was the number there, Chris? Seriously? How about that? 37 cans of Skyline Chili on the wall. Got to get that number down to 0. Every super chat that comes in, the number of cans of Skyline Chili on the wall goes down. And I do owe another shot of Skyline Chili, so do not let me forget about that. I will do that here in a moment, our next commercial break. Woodside takes the snap, gives it off to Travion Williams, who gets a couple. Second down coming up for Cincinnati. Travion Williams, 6th-round pick in the 2019 draft out of Texas A&M. I like what we've gotten from Travion Williams through the years. I think really as a special teams guy, I feel like he's done a nice job for Cincinnati. 2nd and 9 coming up. Bengals out past midfield at the Indianapolis 45-yard line. Woodside takes the snap, looks to his left, fires to his left. It's Jermaine Burton, his first catch of the evening. Not much there, though, as he's out in the flat there. Looks like he only got 1 or 2 maybe on that play. But good to see Burton back out there into the game for the Bengals. 3rd and long coming up. Be interesting to see if we get any return reps out of Burton. Dr. B, yep. That is Jermaine Burton, Bengals' 3rd-round selection out of Alabama. Here comes Colts pressure. Woodside running out of time, lofting deep down the sideline for Burton, who nearly hauls it in with one hand, but it glances off his fingertips. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. Just a yard too long from Woodside here. Looks like Burton had his man beat down the sideline. Gives him a nice shimmy at the line of scrimmage. Looks like maybe slowed up a little on his route, perhaps. Which isn't the best look, but just glances off his left hand, and it will be 4th down for Cincinnati. And I would assume they will be forced to punt. Another big opportunity for Ryan Rico here. Punting from the Indianapolis 45. This has to be down inside the 20. Rico's punt is away. And it's a good one. Bounces at the 5, and the Bengals down it at about the 8-yard line. So bookmark that one, file it away. That is a big punt for Ryan Rico. As again, this punter battle continues to go down to the wire here with Cincinnati. Brad Robbins has that hip flexor issue. That was a really, really solid punt out of Ryan Rico as we go to commercial. I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Game Time, because today's live stream watch party is presented by Game Time. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks is the easiest way to find and buy tickets to live events. A couple of weeks ago, I got Jason Aldean tickets with Game Time. It was an incredibly straightforward process, and I got my tickets immediately with zero stress. You can also get tickets to watch the Cincinnati Bengals at Paycor Stadium. Tickets are available for their Week 1 matchup against the New England Patriots. My 2 favorite features on Game Time are as follows. Number 1, the all-in pricing. Toggling this feature shows the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. I also love the views from your seat. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. Gotta love our friends at Game Time making this show possible. Really appreciate them. All right, so we got a couple of minutes here as we update this clock here in the first quarter. Bengals just had to punt it away to Indianapolis. Had a nice drive going, picked up a couple of first downs. Logan Woodside made some good plays, escaped a scare early in the drive, what looked to be a Logan Woodside interception. Ended up falling to the ground harmlessly, which, of course, was a good thing for the Bengals. Showed some progress there. Got a couple of first downs. Ended up taking a shot down the sideline to Jermaine Burton. Looked like it was about a yard too long, but it looked like Burton may have slowed up a little on the route, which certainly isn't a good sign. We'll see what Zach Taylor has to say about that after the game. That's kind of where we are at right now, as now Indianapolis will start with the ball backed up deep into their own territory. Remember, hit that sub button, guys, for us if you haven't already. We'll start to get some new people into the chat. Appreciate you guys. Richardson drops back, looks to his left, fires, bad pass, lit up by Maema Njongmeta. Making plays again for Cincinnati. Appears to be well on his way to the roster. It was a bad pass there by Richardson. Wasn't going to be caught anyway. But Njongmeta was there to lay the wood nonetheless. Desert Ranger Jesus says the bots couldn't take the night off, eh? No, I do not believe so. And unfortunately, I don't think they will take any nights off this year. They will be locked in every single game. But it's all right. We'll spam B. We'll block them. But yeah, Maema Njongmeta. Elite play. Oh, picked off by Cincinnati. Jordan Battle, pick 6. Touchdown, Bengals. The second-year safety out of Alabama. And they are dancing in the end zone. My goodness. Jordan Battle, pick 6, Cincinnati. Looked like Anthony Richardson just threw it right to him. As we take another look at that, spam INT in the comments, spam pick 6 in the comments. Little miscommunication with his receiver there. And Jordan Battle is there to pounce. Pick 6, Cincinnati. How about that? 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Brandon Rock says, had to come back and celebrate with you guys. Let's go, Brandon. Pick 6. Jordan Battle. The Evan McPherson extra point is good, and we are tied 7-7. Yep, looks like just miscommunication between Richardson and his receiver. And Jordan Battle steps in front, catches it, scampers 10 yards into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jeff Huber's in the comments. What's up, my friend? He's saying pick 6. He's excited. Gregory Mitchell says, take a shot of Skyline Chili. Gregory, you are right. Sorry about that. Got excited there after our game time ad read. Shout out to Game Time. Bengals didn't even need to enter the Game Time red zone because Jordan Battle just picked it off, went right in himself. All right, here we go. Skyline Chili. 37 cans of Skyline Chili on the wall. Any super chat that comes in, and we hit that next mark. So once we get into the 20s, it's another one. But here we go. 37 cans of Skyline Chili on the wall. All right, that one was less runny, so it was a little meatier, so that was better. But if you're just joining us, the Bengals get a pick 6, 7-7 in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Jordan Battle, how about it? Second-year player out of Alabama. Desert Ranger Jesus says Battle is the future. I agree. I think Bond Bell certainly has that position locked up this year. But eventually that will be his position. And we kind of talked about it. Like, Jordan Battle is the best player out there on the defense for the Bengals right now, for sure. He's the most talented guy out there. Brandon Rock says, I want to see another Von Bell hit like the one against the Steelers on Juju Smith-Schuster. I always say that hit changed everything for the Bengals. The whole trajectory of where they were at as a franchise changed the moment that Von Bell just obliterated Juju Smith-Schuster. It was electric. Who was playing quarterback that game? Finley, I believe. Finley? Is it Nate Finley? Ryan Finley, that's what it was. Ryan Finley was playing quarterback for the Bengals. That was an elite game. Bengals obviously weren't good that year, but that hit was electric. Absolutely electric. Christian Rodriguez says 10 more yards and I lose on Richardson. Did you have a less than thing with our friends over at Prize Picks, or what was up with that, Christian? Yeah, but that first drive you had, that was a well-oiled machine there, that first drive. So pretty great stuff. But Bengals tie it up as the Colts have the ball. They bring out the kick, bring it out to about the 30-yard line, met by several Cincinnati Bengals. And Tyson Anderson in on the tackle. Good to see Tyson Anderson out there. Really have high hopes for him. He's been with the team the past 2 years, but has gotten hurt. We haven't really seen much of him. He's had really good preseasons, but I believe he had the hamstring issue, and I think he had an ACL, maybe? I don't know. It was a hamstring issue for a while. I forget what his other injury was, but Tyson Anderson's a really talented player, and I hope we see a lot from him this year. Christian says, yeah. Yeah, well, I love the fact you're using Prize Picks, but I don't know. If the Bengals can get a little 3 and out here, that might be it for Anthony Richardson. 2:50 to go, first quarter. The pitch to the running back, who gets a couple. Allen George in on the stop, along with Maema Njongmeta for the Cincinnati Bengals. Second down, Indianapolis coming up. Desert Ranger Jesus says, I like Tyson. Me too. Me too, Jesus. I think he's going to carve him out a nice roll. Just fingers crossed with his health. That's kind of where you're at with him. $2:25 to go, first quarter. Colts with the football. 7-7 ball game. Richardson play action, fires over the middle. Pass is dropped. Was that Michael Pittman that dropped it? It was. Bounces off his hands. Incomplete. 3rd and 6 coming up. Looks like just a straight drop here from Pittman. Appears to be a nice ball from Richardson over the middle. Yeah, that's right on the money, and Pittman cannot haul it in. 3rd down coming up for Indianapolis. Spam those 3s in the comments. Richardson takes the snap, lofting, and he misses his man too high for his intended receiver, A.D. Mitchell. Allen George in coverage for Cincinnati. 4th down coming up. The Colts will be forced to punt it away here. Spam those 4s in the comments. Dr. B says almost another pick. Yeah, he had his man. A.D. Mitchell had Allen George beat. But Anthony Richardson just completely misses him. And that was very nearly another interception for Jordan Battle as the Colts bring out their punting unit here. Punt is away. Let's see who's back to field it for Cincinnati. It's Charlie Jones who has the punt, and he's going for the right sideline. He's got a little bit of space, shifting it back upfield. Decent return for Charlie Jones. A lot of lateral movement there, but it seems like he's moving around nicely. And the Bengals offense will come back out onto the football field for Cincinnati. As we go to, looks like we'll go to a break here. They're showing the beautiful skyline in the Queen City of Cincinnati. It looks like we will not go to a break, but we are just a couple of blocks away from the action here at our Chat Sports offices from Paycor Stadium. Looks kind of like a young quarterback there. Obviously, Pittman had the drop there that really set them back, but that last throw was not a good one. Handoff from Woodside is to Travion Williams, who gets a couple, and he appears to be slow getting up. But Cody Ford helps him up, and he looks like he will be fine. 2nd and 8 coming up, Cincinnati, 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Michael Easterwood, who is a member of the Jungle Club, he says, Jones is playing hard. Yeah, really like what we've seen from Charlie Jones at this point, who, by the way, is in the slot here for the Bengals. Burton on the outside. The give is to Williams once again. Actually, that appears to be Elijah Collins, and it is, who gets a couple. Matt Lee once again at center for the Bengals. Would have liked to see Zach Taylor throw the ball there, especially if you got Burton and Charlie Jones out there on one of those first 2 plays. But it looks like they'll probably throw it here as we got a 3rd and 6 situation to go. What could be the last play of the first quarter. Woodside running out of time, and he just floats it to nobody. Looked like he was trying to hit Travion Williams on a screen, but Williams was not looking for the football. and it'll be 4th and 6 for the Bengals. That's tough. Logan Woodside not really doing his job here thus far tonight. This is a guy that's competing to be their third quarterback, of course. Had a really strong showing that first game against Tampa Bay, and he kind of hoped he was going to be able to rekindle some of that magic, and it hasn't been the case. Rico into punt. Let's see if he booms one here. And it is a really nice kick from Ryan Rico inside the Indianapolis 20-yard line. So that's back-to-back outstanding punts for the undrafted rookie out of BYU. So, okay. Certainly noteworthy there with those 2 punts from Rico. And that is something to monitor as we go forward. Not exactly sure how serious the injury for Brad Robbins is, but we haven't seen him these past 2 preseason games. So it's a lot of opportunity for Rico to really establish himself. 1st and 10, Indianapolis, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Richardson still out there, hands it off, and not much going there. Tackled on the play by Cedric Johnson. First time we've called his name tonight. Really nice play from the 6th-round rookie out of Ole Miss. And that appears to be the last play of the first quarter. Desert Ranger Jesus said Stone going to have a long night dealing with all the bots. Yes. That's the way it goes, though. That is the way it goes. So that'll do it for the first quarter. This gives us a great time to mention our Super Chat menu to you guys. So keeping it simple this week. You want to ask me a question, Bengals related, another NFL team, another sport, personal question, whatever you guys want to ask. I am here to answer a question for you. So you can send in a 99-cent Super Chat, and we will answer that question here on Bengals Breakdown. You send a $10 Super Chat in, and that will get you into the Jungle Club. Well, what is the Jungle Club? If you're in the Jungle Club, it's a very exclusive group here at this point, and it is me, Chris Daughtry, outstanding producer here at Chat Sports, Lord Buddy Bear, Bricktop, and Michael Easterwood are the members of the Jungle Club at this point. And once this helmet gets filled up with names, stickers, it will get raffled off to a member of the Jungle Club. Now, you might be looking at the bottom of your screen saying 37 cans of Skyline Chili on the wall. What does that mean? So we started at 99, and we're trying to, of course, work our way down to 0. Spin off of, 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Once we switch that first digit, for example, once we get to 29, it is a shot of Skyline Chili. So we've taken several so far this evening. And how do you get that number to go down? You do that by Super Chat. So if you send in a $1 Super Chat, there will be 36 cans of Skyline Chili on the wall. So we're making our way down to 0. Boston said we have to get to 0 before the night is up. Unfortunately, I got my pillow and my blanket in my car. So we got to stay live as long as we have to here in order to make that happen. So certainly appreciate everyone that has Super Chatted for us to this point. It means a lot. Makes the bosses happy. Helps us grow our show. Helps us be live more often. I mean, through this point, we've only ever been live for a watch party. There might be somewhere down the road where we could go live if, some significant news happens during the week. Or perhaps we could even just go live once a week for a live show. A lot of other channels do that. And as we continue to grow, that could also be us as well. So really appreciate that. Appreciate you guys sending in Super Chats. It means a lot to us. Give some shout-outs here. Dr. B, as loyal as ever. He's locked in. He's spamming B for those bots. Yeah, there is. It's unfortunate. The bots will always be there. 10K special. That is a good question. We will get this here in a moment. We will get our live sub count up. And if you guys can think of something good that I can do when we hit 10,000 subscribers, we will do that. And Desert Ranger Jesus is back to the Grow the Show Fund. $5 Super Chat from my man, Jesus. You are the man, Desert Ranger Jesus. Giving back. Everybody spam Desert Ranger Jesus in the comment section. Appreciate you, my brother. And by the way, just shoot me an email when that hat arrives. Like I said, it's supposed to be Saturday, but just let me know when you got it so we're all squared away in that department. But appreciate it. $5 super chat from my guy, Desert Ranger Jesus. Action has resumed here in Cincinnati as the Colts are on the football field with the ball. And it looks like Jalen Davis was in on the tackle there. And it's 3rd and 13 for Indianapolis. Richardson in shotgun. Takes the snap. Bengals bring 4. Richardson with time over the middle. Pass intended for A.D. Mitchell. Incomplete. Josh Newton in coverage. 4th and 13 coming up for Indianapolis, and they will be forced to punt. So interesting. Shane Steichen sticking with the ones here in the second quarter. Obviously, they were kind of in the middle of their drive here, so we'll see if they stay out there. But certainly a much different approach than what the Bengals and Zach Taylor are doing. And, spam those 4s in the comments section as the Colts will be punting. Bengals have an opportunity here to take the lead. How about that? Appreciate it, Desert Ranger Jesus. You are the man. The J-Man in the chat. First time we've heard from him tonight. He says, we are scary this year. We certainly are on paper, J-Man. We'll see if they can't back that up out on the football field as well. Of course, the prime camera crew keeps cutting to Ja'Marr Chase. I'm sure they're having some very entertaining dialogue about his ongoing contract saga. But, if you watch our show, we put out videos talking about it throughout the week. Of course, we will have a video for you guys when that gets resolved. Again, I'm not ready to push the panic button yet. I'm far from that. I would be shocked if Ja'Marr Chase was not out there week 1 against the New England Patriots. Would be shocked. All right, here. Let's see if Logan Woodside and the Bengals offense can't do anything here. Get something going. Let's get the ball going down the field. And let's get in the end zone. Let's absolutely get in the end zone. That is my Twitter there, folks. As Woodside with a little play action dumps it off to Charlie Jones, who catches it and picks up a couple of yards there. All of our content will be posted to my Twitter page. And really starting to use Twitter a lot more. Trying to grow the page, so I know we're asking a lot of you guys tonight. Dr. B says, is Charlie Jones in? Yes, Charlie Jones is in, and he has looked really well. Looked really good tonight. So make sure you give me a follow over on Twitter. Would certainly appreciate it. Trying to get to 400 milers. The challenge is 400 by the end of the month, so I think we can do that. I think we're well in range of doing that. Ian Wood says, Houday from the UK. Appreciate that. As I believe that is our man Cam Grandy in at tight end, number 85, who catches that one. So, I don't know. No Tanner McLachlan to this point. Interesting. Seeing what they have in Cam Grandy. Maybe they've already made up their mind with what they're going to do with McLachlan. I think, honestly, the fact he's not out there probably means he's safe. But that's interesting. Putting Cam Grandy out there at that tight end spot. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Bengals. Woodside takes the snap, looks over the middle, lofting, deep sideline. Pass intended for Cedric Jackson is incomplete. Looks like double coverage there from Indianapolis. 4th and 2 coming up for the Bengals. Think about maybe going for this if you're Zach Taylor. Out sort of near midfield, but looks like they will be content with punting it away. Razorbacks Rule says he is a new subscriber. Appreciate that, Razorbacks Rule. Houday, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Michael Easterwood says, it's not like Woodside is going against their first-team defense. Yeah, I know. I had high hopes for him in terms of a third quarterback, especially after that first performance against Tampa Bay, but then, it hasn't really kind of developed that way, I guess, for him. But, it's not like he's out there with first-team guys, right? He's out there with guys that, are also trying to prove themselves. So that certainly makes things a little more difficult for him. But we'll see. It will be interesting to see how long he's out there tonight. And when Zach Taylor will go with Rocky Lombardi. But, I mean, I certainly would play Woodside the whole first half. I might even run him out there for the third quarter as well. Well, we got a second here. Let's get our live sub count up on the screen here. Give me a moment. There it is. So we are well within reach of that 10,000 subscriber mark. Less than 80 subs away. We can do that tonight. We can absolutely do that tonight. As more people continue to file in here for us, hit that sub button. We will have pretty much daily Bengals videos out for you guys. Breaking news hits, we got you. We'll have a short up for you guys when that happens, and then a video soon to follow as well. All of our watch parties. These watch parties throughout the preseason have been really fun. Getting to interact with you guys in the comments and whatnot. But once the real season starts and we got Joe Burrow out there playing quarterback, it's really gonna take a whole next step in terms of the excitement. So don't miss out on that. Trying to grow the show here. If you have ideas for what we should do for 10,000 subs, something I can do, I'll do it. So get your ideas in the comments section. Let me know, and we'll try to figure something out here. Looks like Joe Burrow is getting interviewed by Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. So still has the blonde hair, by the way, which I don't know. We'll see if that stays for week 1 against the Colts. I personally don't give a hoot about that, but I know a lot of people like talking about that, so figured I would bring it up. Derek Young says, I hope you get to 10,000 subs. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. I hope so. It's only a matter of time before we do, but let's see if we can't get there tonight. That would be pretty cool to be able to do it here. Our last preseason game to kind of just propel us into the regular season, hitting that 10K number. Richardson takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, who gets a couple. Second down coming up for Indianapolis. It is always tough during these preseason games when they do their interviews because they tend to go back to the action late, which it's all good. It's the preseason. But Anthony Richardson still out there, takes the snap, fires over the middle, pass is caught. Really nice throw and catch there by Indianapolis out past midfield. One of Anthony Richardson's best throws of the night there. As the Colts go hurry up here, Richardson takes the snap. Bengals bring 4. Richardson running out of time, and he gets sacked, and that ball is out. That ball is out, and it appears the Colts jump on it. That was Justin Blazek, who made an outstanding play for Cincinnati. Snuck around the outside, hit Richardson, knocked the ball free. The Bengals had opportunity to... Oh, that is just an outstanding play by Blazek. And looks like Travis Bell had a chance to recover that for Cincinnati. Fell right on top of it. And it squirts out from underneath him, and he can't recover it. But Justin Blazek, incredible play from him. Again, probably a guy that's on the outside looking in, but that could be a moment that gets him signed to the practice squad there. Richardson, handoff, 2nd and a mile. Not much doing there. Pickup of 3-ish yards. 3rd and long coming up for Indianapolis. Joe Burrow still talking with Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels. Yeah, that was an elite play by Blazek. Absolutely elite. Richardson had no idea he was coming. Kind of that lack of awareness there with the young quarterback. Just was not expecting anyone to come out from that kind of blind side and hit that ball free. Richardson in shotgun takes the snap. Bengals bring 4. Richardson rolling to his right. Will he take off and run? Yes, he will. Tackled on the play by Devin Harper, as well as Shaka Hayward. And looks like 4th down coming up. Great play there by the Bengals defense. Looks like the Colts will bring out their punting unit, and they will. 4th and 12 here. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. The punt is away for Indianapolis. Charlie Jones back deep to receive, and it is a beautiful punt that will be downed at the 6-yard line. Really nice punt there by the Indianapolis punter. So we have about 9.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Desert Ranger Jesus said it was a good interview with Burrow. What were they talking about, Jesus? Any good stuff there? Potato Supremacy says the D really stepped up after that TD. I agree. I thought after that first drive, I was like, oh, this might be a long night for Cincinnati defensively, especially if they were going to keep the ones in the game like they have for Indianapolis. But the Bengals have really buckled down and have really made some nice plays. Of course, Jordan Battle with the incredible pick 6 for Cincinnati, really the highlight of the game thus far for either team. But, yeah, really pleased with how the defense has kind of responded. Now it's up to the offense, right? Because the offense has really struggled. Honestly, apart from that very first possession against Tampa Bay when Joe Burrow was out there leading the team down for a touchdown, the team has really struggled offensively ever since. So would like to see them gain a little bit of momentum here. Would like to see them work to guys like Charlie Jones, Jermaine Burton, who have opportunity to go out there and make something happen. But that, probably to this point, that might be my biggest takeaway is really how Charlie Jones has looked. He looks healthy out there. He looks fast. We've said it for a while. That wide receiver room, barring injury, is locked. There's not going to be somebody that surprises you and makes the roster in that room. Like, you're looking at them taking 6 guys: Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Trenton Irwin, Charlie Jones, Andre Osavash. Those guys are absolutely locks to make the roster for the Bengals, and Jermaine Burton as well, being that 6th guy. So I think that room's pretty much figured out, but I would like to see Burton get a little bit more comfortable, and then Charlie Jones get up to speed here, so he's really ready to grow Week 1 against New England. Desert Ranger Jesus said Joe Burrow was talking about his support of the guys, trying to make the team, playing against the Colts ones, and and that he was going to grow out his hair. So, Al Michaels kind of probably backed into a corner there. Had to ask that question. So, my question is it still going to be blonde? Is the question, or is it going to go back to the regular color? But it's fascinating. When you're a star quarterback, superstar, every little thing you do gets completely scrutinized. And certainly no different with Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. I just hope he stays healthy. That's really all I care about. Just hope he stays healthy. And if he does, I think this team in this city is going to be in a really good spot this year. Bengals offense back out onto the field. Handoff is to Williams, who has a hole. Nice run by Travion Williams. 12-yard pickup, another first down for Cincinnati. Spam those ones in the comment section for us. About 9.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Yeah, spam those ones in the comments for us. First and 10 for Cincinnati. 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Eric All into the game for the Bengals. Looks like Zach Taylor's going to be forced to call a timeout here as the play clock was winding down. And he will. Timeout Cincinnati. Yeah, remember to spam B to block those bots. It's an issue we're going to be dealing with all year, unfortunately. But every channel here at Chat Sports has that issue, so no different for us. Spam B to block those bots. First and 10, Bengals after the timeout. Interested to see if Anthony Richardson will stay in the game here for Indianapolis, if Shane Steichen will let him kind of ride out the entirety of the first half, or if he'll make an adjustment. I would be surprised to see him play beyond the first half, but I don't know. We'll see. A lot of people take this week kind of off for the starters, but not the Colts. Bengals in the pistol. Woodside handoff to Williams, who has another big hole and another big pickup for Travion Williams, who's looking really good tonight for Cincinnati. A pickup of about 14, 15 yards. Another Bengals first down. Spam those ones in the comments section. Dr. B says another good run. Absolutely, Dr. B. Great protection, or great blocking there by the offensive line. Eric All with a nice block there. First down, Cincinnati. Woodside takes the snap. 5-step drop. Dumps it off. Oh, my goodness. Travion Williams just got absolutely lit up by a Colts linebacker, Harrison, in on the stop. Hopefully Williams is all right. I mean, Logan Woodside just led him right into that linebacker. As we take a look at this again, he's running out of time and he dumps it off and just, oh my goodness, gets absolutely leveled. But a nice clean hit there by Harrison. Looks like Williams will be all right. And that brings up, that was a loss of 5 there, 2nd and 15. Jace Fish says, love the content. I appreciate you, Jace Fish. You are the man. Thank you so much for that. Woodside takes the snap, looks to his left, fires to his left. Pass is caught by Cedric Johnson for a pickup of about 6, maybe 7. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Bengals. Spam those threes for us in the comments. Michael Easterwood says, Woodside looks horrible. Unfortunately, yes, he does. He's not, I don't know, he looked so good that first game he was in against Tampa. And these past 2 have been tough. They've been tough for him. But still plenty of time in this one. I like his toughness, I tell you that. He gets popped and he gets right back up. He showed that a lot in Chicago. 3rd and 7 here for the Bengals. Williams is the running back. Woodside takes the snap. Indianapolis brings 4. Woodside over the middle to Cole Burgess. And that is just nowhere near the first down marker. Pickup of only a couple there. And the Bengals will be forced to punt. Well, I'd like to see a little bit more aggression there. I understand, that he's got to get rid of the football, but if it's 3rd and 7 and you throw the ball 2 yards past the line of scrimmage and you got a defender draped all over your receiver, that's not gonna work out for you. So, Razorbacks rule says keep Jake Browning as a backup QB. Absolutely, that is the plan. Hopefully, he's going to be able to go and be healthy by the start of the regular season. That is kind of the only concern with him. But Jake Browning is 100% the backup quarterback for Cincinnati at this point. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. That is 100% the case for Cincinnati as we move forward here. All right, we got a little bit of a break in the action, so I want to give a shout-out to our friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Some of my picks for this season, I've got more than on the Joe Burrow passing yards. Also have more than on Trevor Lawrence's. So take a look at the Prize Pick apps. There's all kinds of selections that you have out in front of you. Just make sure you get those picks in before week 1. Obviously, that is coming up shortly, so make sure you get those in on time so you can really get involved with those season-long Prize Picks. That will be that is certainly something that you want to do for Prize Picks. Make sure you guys get those in on time. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, run your game. Make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button. Obviously, really thankful for Prize Picks and Game Time, our 2 sponsors tonight, making this show possible. that we can be with you guys. So looks like we are about 85. Shout out Ocho Cinco. 85 subs away from hitting that 10K mark. So that's our goal for tonight. That is our goal. I'm still waiting for some suggestions in the comments on what we should do once we get that number. I'm open for a lot of things. Obviously, we've been taking Skyline chili shots. We've been incorporating that in. We do have Bean Boozled here, so that could certainly come into play as well. But yeah, apologies on the bots, guys. I know it's frustrating, but that's just kind of what we are stuck with at this point. Seven, 6 minutes to go. Indianapolis has the ball. Pass is caught by Gold, and it'll be a first down for Indianapolis. Sam Ehlinger in the game at quarterback for the Colts. Texas product. Looks like he will be Anthony Richardson's backup this year. Handoff, that'll go for a couple of yards. Second down coming up. Several Bengals in on the stop, including Jay Tufele. Peter says the Chiefs are losing. I know it's the preseason, but that's always good news. That makes me happy, too. No way they're going to – I don't think – they can't repeat, right? There's no way. There's no way. Someone's got to step up and knock them off, though, but they're not going to go quietly. But 3 in a row, that'd be something. That'd be something else. Ehlinger takes the snap. Looking over the middle, running out of time. A couple of Bengals in pursuit. Cedric Johnson, one of them. A flag flies. Pass is nearly intercepted by Josh Newton as it goes out of bounds. But I would assume this is going to be a holding on Indianapolis. It does look like Ehlinger is moving backwards with the offense. And that is the call. Holding on the Colts. 10-yard penalty. Great defense there. Great pursuit by Cedric Johnson. Michael Easterwood says he really likes the play calling on defense. Yep, that's Ludini. It's the preseason, but he's certainly going to bring it. That is for sure. Second and 18 after the penalty coming up. Ehlinger takes the snap. Running out of time, and they're going to get home. That'll be a sack. Cedric Johnson. He was one of our 10 players to watch for Cincinnati as he gets the sack on Sam Ehlinger. Spam those sacks in the comments section. Appreciate you, Dr. B. But it'll be a penalty on Cincinnati. Is that right? The camera has panned to Daijahn Anthony. Let's see what this is all about. Maybe illegal hands to the face or something as Zach Taylor takes a look at the Jumbotron here and shakes his head. I would assume it's on Daijahn Anthony because they keep showing him. And it is first down Indianapolis. That is just absolutely unfortunate. Ehlinger hands it off. Run is for about 7. Jordan Battle in on the stop. Battle, of course, has a pick 6 tonight. Razorbacks Rule says his prediction for week 1 is Bengals 35, Patriots 10. I can get on board with that. I think it'll probably be more like 27-10. But I like where your head's at with that. I like where your head's at a lot. Ehlinger takes the snap, hands it off. Be a first down to Indianapolis. Jordan Battle once again in on the tackle. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the play. Another first down for the Colts as we get under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Again, if you're just joining us, I am doing a little bit of solo producing tonight. So if you see me look down, just bear with me. Just trying to do multiple things at once here as we update the clock there a little bit for you guys. Ehlinger takes the snap, another handoff again. This run will also go for about 4 or 5. So the Colts really just running it down the Bengals' throats here on this drive. And they're well within striking distance at this point. That is Tyler Goodson, who's been in at running back in this drive for Indianapolis. Ehlinger in shotgun, takes the snap. Bengals bring 4. Here comes Cedric Johnson off the edge, who hits Ehlinger. Ball floats up into the air and falls incomplete. Tyson Anderson was in the area. Nearly was able to pick that off, but Cedric Johnson has looked really good tonight, and that's big, especially after that news about Myles Murphy being out for presumably 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, he was there. He hit Sam Ehlinger as he's trying to release that. It looks like Jalen Davis was also there as well for Cincinnati. But Cedric Johnson playing really, really good football tonight for the Bengals, and that is a great sign. That eases my worries about the defensive line, seeing him play like that. 3rd and 6, and it is a pickup of 8 on the ground. Once again, Jordan Battle on the tackle. He is just everywhere for Cincinnati. But Indianapolis is just continuing to move this down to the field as they are closing in on the Bengals' 30-yard line. Brandon Rocks, 13. He's back. Thought you were hanging out with the fam, Brandon. But I appreciate you coming back. You're the man. He says, new turf looks good. I agree. It looks a lot better. Looks a lot better. Stephen Hattery is here. Stephen, what is up, my friend? Thank you for stopping by. Says, let's go Bengals. Hooday, baby. Now, it looks like the Colts are going to be able to take this to the 2-minute warning. And that is exactly what they will do. So, 2 minutes to go in the first half. As Jamar Chase has been watching, they've shown him several times throughout these preseason games, and he's always watching, seems to be, frequently by Zach Taylor. So, I think that's a good sign. I think those two are very much on the same page. After all, that's what Zach's been telling us, right? He says they are very much on the same page, and there is a plan in place. So, Brandon Rox's family done went and fell asleep. Well, you did the right thing, Brandon. Got to hang out with the family for sure, but then they go to sleep. Come on back to us here at Bengals Breakdown. Certainly appreciate it. We had another Brandon in the chat. Says Brandon does rock. Yeah, we got 2 Brandons. Appreciate both you guys very much so at this point. All right. We've got our okay. All right, so while we are in a commercial break here, this 2-minute warning commercial break, everybody spam me or spam whatever you got to spam in the comment section this next minute. If we break our chat rate high, which is what, 38? If we break our chat rate high of 38, I will do a Bean Boozled. Wasn't on the slate today, but there they are right here. We've got them on hand. I will do one. So everybody spam it in the comment section. If we can break that chat rate high, I will eat a Bean Boozled. Oh, no. I got it. It's a good idea, Chris, for sure. As we're spamming here. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Up to 21. Tim Tyra's in there. Keep spamming. Jeff Huber. Chase Bingham. James Hutchinson. Dr. B. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Trying to break our chat rate record tonight. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Stephen Hattery. Tim Tyra. LJ's World. Alicia. James Hutchinson. Michael Easterwood. Jeff Huber, James Hutchinson, appreciate you guys. Keep spamming, keep spamming. Keep spamming. All right, did we get it, Chris? Has not come up yet, so it takes a minute for it to load. So appreciate your guys' efforts there. We'll get back to you on if I have a Bean Boozled or not. We absolutely crushed it. What are we at? Oh, 134. Oh, my goodness. Outstanding job, guys. Appreciate that. Getting our chat rate up there. That's our chat rate high. Oh, my goodness. Great job, guys. Appreciate you there. 134. Absolutely blew it out of the water. Who-day now. Bricktop wants to know what a Bean Boozled is. Well, I am glad you asked. Not really, but I'll explain them to you here. Ellinger's in shotgun. Minute 30 to go, second quarter. Hands it off, 2nd and 6, pickup of a couple. Who's in on the tackle? Yep, that'll be Maema Njongmeta once again for Cincinnati. Okay, so there's a bunch of jelly bean flavors, and they're all disgusting. Read a couple of them here. Toasted marshmallow or stink bug? Pomegranate or old bandage? Cappuccino or liver and onions? Tutti frutti or stinky socks? Just disgusting flavors in here. So I'll spin this wheel. 3rd and 2, and the Colts appear to pick it up there. A little route out to the flat there. Gold will catch it, and it appears to be enough for a first down. So I will spin this, and whatever it lands on, I'll pick out of here, and I'll eat it. Potato Supremacy says stink bug. I've had that one before, and it's disgusting. Here we go. Spinning, 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 and it lands on toasted marshmallow or stink bug. So then I go in here, and then I find the correct bean. There it is. Matches up nicely. And then you put it in your mouth, and you hope you get lucky, but quite frankly, they're all disgusting because they've been in the same can. It's just really far from ideal. But here we go. 50 seconds to go, first half, as we eat this here. Oh. It ain't marshmallow. Oh. These things are so bad, man. Ah. I guess that's stink bug. Oh, Dr. B, appreciate you, man. We blew the chat rate out of the water there. Ugh. I hate eating those things, man. They are just absolutely foul. And then it like lingers in your mouth, right? It's the jelly bean, so you get like some of it stuck in your teeth. Like, to me, I would rather drink the whole can of Skyline chili than do that, to be honest with you. Because that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. All right. So I try to get the stink bug out of my mouth. 3rd and inches here. 30 seconds to go in the first half here. Ellinger hangs it off, and it will be a first down for Indianapolis. Expect a timeout here from Steichen. And he does call one. With 27 seconds to go in the first half. So here you're just trying to limit this to a field goal attempt, obviously. Get to the half, 10-7. Again, it's a preseason game, but Brandon Rock says it's worth a Scott of Shyline to get rid of the jelly bean taste. That could be very well said, honestly, Brandon. Honestly, I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. 1st and goal for the Colts here. 27 seconds to go in the first half. I swear that it makes my nose itch too for some reason. Every time I eat one of those, I just start itching. My nose starts itching after too. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're just that disgusting, but I don't know. We're here. We're battling. Hey, we broke the chat rate record, so had to do something. All right, Ellinger in shotgun. Takes the snap, looks out to his right, fires in the flat, pass is caught. Jalen Davis with a nice tackle there on the Cincinnati 3-yard line. And the clock will run here, I believe. I believe the official signal that the clock would still continue to run, and he did. Steichen calls another timeout here. And that is their last timeout of the half. So that is noteworthy here. Bengals are able to get a sack here. Could potentially be the last play of the half and could potentially get into halftime and a tied ball game still. So that would be good. Brandon Rock says Stone makes sacrifices for all of his viewers. Bless you, bro. I appreciate that, Brandon. Bless you as well. Hey, we're out here having a good time. It's the preseason. You got to, spice things up a little bit. I understand. If you guys are locked in with us, you guys are diehard Bengals fans, which I appreciate because, you know, I mean, it's Thursday Night Football. That's exciting, but it is the preseason. It's not like any of the guys are out playing. So I respect the heck out of your fandom for being here tonight. 2nd and goal from the 3. Ehlinger in shotgun. Takes the snap, looks left, fires left, and pass was intended for Gold once again, and that was a poor throw there by Ehlinger. Perhaps some miscommunication there as well. 3rd and goal coming up for Indianapolis. Spam those threes in the comments. 16 seconds to go, first half. Lou Anarumo looking on, hoping his defense can get one more stop and force a field goal try out of Indianapolis. Ehlinger in shotgun. Running out of time, steps up in the pocket and just throws it away. Beautiful job there by the Cincinnati defense. 12 seconds to go. Decision time for Shane Steichen. It's the preseason. I would go for this if I'm Shane Steichen, to be honest with you. I would 100% go for this. And the offense will stay out on the field for Indianapolis. Get those 4s in the comment section right now. 12 seconds to go. Ehlinger in shotgun. Takes the snap. Bengals bring 4. Ehlinger running out of time. Cedric Johnson providing pressure once again. Ehlinger floats it up. End zone. Pass is incomplete. Nate Brooks in coverage. And Indianapolis turns it over on downs. Beautiful coverage by Nate Brooks and Daijahn Anthony. Brilliant pursuit once again from Cedric Johnson. And Lou Anarumo's defense gets off the field with 4 seconds to go in the first half. How about that? I tell you what, man, Cedric Johnson is making me really happy tonight. I am believing in him a lot. He's a guy that's going to have to step up with that Myles Murphy injury that we've discussed at length. And, I mean, that's just good coverage across the board. Josh Newton had clamps on his guy as well. Absolutely incredible there from the defense. Nothing going for the offense, as has been the tale of the entirety of the preseason, but that is great stuff by the Bengals defense. Really pleased with where the defense is at. Got to take advantage of this year because I have a feeling Lou Anarumo might be a head coach next year. So hopefully the Bengals can play well going forward. All right, so we've seen the first half. Let's get interactive here in the comments section. Grade the Bengals' performance so far as a whole. Defensively, it's an A. It's of course an A. Did Anthony Richardson go down the field immediately and score with the first teamers the first drive of the game? Yeah. Did it look like it was going to be rough defensively at first? Sure. But they have 100% bounced back as a unit. Mind you, Anthony Richardson played for a good chunk of that first half. And Sam Ehlinger, he's not a horrible backup. He's a guy that, has gotten reps as a starter in this league. And the Bengals did a really good job against him as well. So really happy with the Bengals. I would say overall, you're probably, for me, looking at kind of a B- just because the offense was so bad. Because the defense was up here, and then the offense is all the way down here. So that certainly balances out things. But let us know in the comments what you think. LJ's World says B. Stephen Hattery says B. Potato Supremacy says backup D has played pretty well this preseason. Back off offense is not good. I completely agree with that. I've been really pleased with the Bengals defense this year. And let's be honest here. When the Bengals were going on their run, when they went to 2 consecutive AFC championships, yeah, they had Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and they got a lot of the praise. But that defense was elite. That defense, in a lot of ways, kind of carried them to that Super Bowl. And then last year, defensively, just the breakdowns on the back end, the communication breakdowns, the poor tackling, bad angles, no pass rush, all those things kind of impacted the season that they had last year. I think they could have won more games last year, even with Jake Browning, after Joe Burrow went down, of course. But, the defense really kind of didn't play up to snuff in a lot of situations. But based off what we've seen from the training camp practices, because all the reports that you hear from the people that have boots on the ground, all the journalists out there, a lot of the days the defense is winning the day. And that includes when Joe Burrow is out there with the ones as well. So I think as a unit, you got to be really pleased with how they have done. And Cedric Johnson is a guy that so far my first half, my two biggest takeaways would be Cedric Johnson is doing an absolutely great job from a pass rush perspective, getting pressure on the quarterback. And then I was really pleased with what we've seen from Charlie Jones. I don't know what his stats necessarily look like at this point, but just that first kickoff, just seeing him get out there, run down the sideline, that he appears to be good. He appears to be good to go. And looking for him to be the returner out there for Cincinnati Week 1 against New England. And of note, Jermaine Burton has a catch or two, I believe. We've seen him. We haven't seen him as a returner. So we'll see if that changes here in the second half. That was something I was kind of interested to see, if we would perhaps see that. And haven't seen it thus far. So Stephen Hattery says he agrees. Brandon rocks with the Curtis Painter reference. That is absolutely hilarious. Curtis Painter. My goodness. I haven't heard that name in a minute. Michael Easterwood, who, by the way, is a member of our Jungle Club, which we'll get to the Super Chat menu here in a moment. Michael Easterwood says defense A, offense D minus. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely two completely different sides of the spectrum. That is for sure. Obviously, would like to see more consistency as an entirety of a unit. But, yeah, you're really happy with what you've seen offensively. I would like to see Woodside stay out there. Let's try to figure this out. I mean, Rocky Lombardi, no disrespect to him, but, I don't think there's really any reason to throw him out there. You need to see Logan Woodside do some more productive things for you and do a better job of leading the offense out there for the Bengals. So I would have him out there at least for the third quarter is what I would do, at least for the third quarter. All right, so here's our Super Chat menu. Again, tonight we're keeping it pretty basic. Just two things that we're going with, and we're doing a great job. You guys have been absolutely outstanding tonight with our Super Chat menu. You send in any Super Chat, 99 cents, you want to send it in, that's great. Ask me a question, I'll answer it. Any question. Absolutely anything under the sun. You want to ask me a Bengals-related question? Great, I'll answer it. Different NFL team? Cool. You want to ask me a personal question? I'm here for those as well. So whatever you want to ask, I am here. Send in those Super Chats, and we will get those questions answered. As for the Jungle Club, what is the Jungle Club, you might be asking? Well, we got this mini helmet here. Really solid mini helmet. I've got a couple of these in my room. It's just, as a football fan, there's just something about them that you like about these things. And if you send in a $10 Super Chat, which, by the way, is a deal. We've been the first 2 weeks, we're doing $20. We said, you know what? We need some people in this Jungle Club. We're cutting it in half. We're doing $10. So we're getting a great deal here. $10 to be in the Jungle Club. Right now, we've got 3 people in it. Lord Buddy Bear, Bricktop, and Michael Easterwood are members of the Jungle Club. They will have their names on this helmet along with mine and Chris Daughtry's, our outstanding producer here at Chat Sports. And once the helmet is filled up with names, we will raffle it off to a member of the Jungle Club. So, all of our channels here at Chat Sports, a lot of them kind of have some kind of club that you can get in, and ours is the Jungle Club. And certainly looking forward to expanding. And the more Super Chats we get in, as we continue to grow, we continue to do more bigger and better and exciting things. So we're just kind of taking the steps towards doing that, and we're having a lot of fun with that as well. That needs to be updated to 32. That's right. 32 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. Something new that we are doing for this show today, as Lord Buddy Bear sends in a $2 Super Chat. He says, would you have went with AOC or Minshew to start? That's a good question, Lord Buddy Bear, who is a Raider fan. And I would say, unfortunately for the Raiders, both of those guys are not good. But I think I probably actually would have went with AOC. I know that's probably not, a popular take, I guess. But I feel like Gardner Minshew, we've seen what he can do, right? We know what Gardner Minshew's ceiling is. He's going to go out there. There's Minshew mania. He's going to do wild things. And, his teammates are going to like him. He's fun. He's a great interview, that's for sure. But Aiden O'Connell can really sling that thing. I thought when Aiden O'Connell was at Purdue, I thought he was a really good quarterback. Now, Purdue, it didn't translate to a ton of wins because, Purdue is Purdue. But I really liked what he did out there, and I thought he showed some flashes last year when he got opportunity during the regular season with the Raiders. Now, if you want to base it off just the preseason game, obviously he stunk against Dallas, so that happens. But I probably would have went with AOC, but ultimately neither one of those guys are going to be the answer for Las Vegas, and they're going to have to find either someone in free agency. I know Dak Prescott's a name that gets thrown out there a lot, or in the draft. But they're a really talented football team. That's the thing. They don't really have any business drafting super high in the draft where all the elite quarterbacks are going to go next year, even though there isn't really a ton of great quarterback prospects, at least at this point. But when you think about what they've got defensively, of course, Max Crosby, one of the best players in the National Football League, period. And, what they have offensively in Devontae Adams. And, they got a lot of pieces in a lot of spots. So, I really like AP, their head coach. I think he's really, as the, league kind of shifts a little bit into a newer direction, he's, of course, a former player, former Super Bowl champion. I really like what he's doing with the Raiders. So they're really just kind of a quarterback away from taking that next step. But I guess I would say AOC if you made me pick between the two. But Lord Buddy Bear, appreciate your $2 super chat. And, we will certainly get that marked down as we make this adjustment here. We now have 30 cans of Skyline Chili on the wall here. As I update this really quickly, there we go. So again, what does this mean? We are trying to get this number down to 0. We started with 99 against a spinoff of the 99 bottles of beer on the wall. That's kind of what we're doing here with the Skyline Chili. And whoever sends in the next dollar, by the way, that will be another Skyline shot. But Boss has said we got to get this number down to 0. That is the goal. I think I have to sleep here if we don't. We got to stay alive until this happens. So I've got my pillow, my blanket in the car. So I'm really hoping it's gonna be a late night. Regardless, we're gonna be here filming our instant reaction video, of course, after the game. So it's gonna be a late night. But hopefully we can get off live after this game ends if we can get that number down to 0. But everyone that has super chatted thus far tonight, really appreciate you guys. It has been our best super chat night by far, and that is, we've blown that out of the water. So really proud of you guys. Thank you guys so much for that, and it means a lot. Brandon Rock says, I love the new all-orange uniforms. Completely agree. Couldn't agree more with you. It's something that, I think some people have been calling for a while, and I have been as well. I think, the Bengals, the first color you think of is orange, right? And I really liked what they did with the all-whites, the white Bengal. Happy that that's going to be coming back as well. But, yeah, the all-orange week 1, that's going to look incredible. Really excited for that. James Hutchinson said all had some great run blocks for Travion Williams, especially on his, back-to-back 14-yard ones. Absolutely. That is 100% correct. That is a great point, James. I'll be honest. I said at the top of the show, I did not love that pick when the Bengals took. I mean, my nose is still itching from that freaking Bean Boozled. I don't know what it is about him, but it just makes my nose itch. I mean, there's just some awful stuff in there. If you can create a stink bug flavor, I don't know what you're putting in there. But anyway, I kind of got off track there. But, yeah, Eric All has done a phenomenal job blocking for the Bengals tonight. Okay, switch some things around here, so just bear with me for a second as I update some stuff here really quickly. All right, so these are our like numbers for today. So I know we're pushing a lot of stuff on you guys, but you guys are doing a tremendous job helping us out here. So we have broken the Bears number from last week. So that's a round of applause, pat on the back, 126 likes, doing a great job with that. But we have over 200 people in the chat. So I think we can we can hit that like button a couple of more times. Probably not going to be able to hit that mark that we had week 1 against Tampa Bay. but I think we can create some distance between where we're at with the last week and where we're at today. But again, thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up icon. Something you should do for all of our videos that you watch here at Bengals Breakdown. Hit that like button. Really helps us out. It allows us to make more videos. Something that we, of course, love doing as our channel continues to grow, because we are one of, if not the smallest channel here at Chat Sports. And in order for that to grow, we just gotta keep getting those numbers up, those sub numbers, those like numbers. So all that stuff, it means a lot when you guys do that for us. So anytime you guys are tapped into a Bengals Breakdown video, just make sure you hit that thumbs up icon. It should be the first thing you do when you watch any of our videos. Again, we are at halftime here at Paycor Stadium. It looks like we are relatively close to the action resuming. And Lord Buddy Bear says, Mitch went live for more than 24 hours when we fired McDaniels. Got a lot of subs doing it too. Well, at some point we might have to do that. Mitch is an absolute trooper for doing that. 24 hours. I almost don't believe that, but if you say so, Lord Buddy Bear. Yeah, Mitch is absolutely phenomenal. Love all the stuff he does. Certainly has helped us out a lot here at Bengals Breakdown. So at some point, maybe you'll see us do a full 24-hour live, but I don't know. Trying to avoid that tonight, though. Trying to avoid that tonight. Maybe, hey, Bengals go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. Maybe we could do that. I know the Raiders aren't going to have that opportunity given the roster that they have. But we are ready for football here in the second half. Evan McPherson's boot is underway, and it is returned out past the 30-yard line where the Colts will set up shop. I would assume it's going to be Sam Ehlinger yet again. Brian Simmons says, how far do you think the Bengals will go? I know, I mean, look, this is my job, but obviously I'm a fan too, right? I'll just keep it a buck with you guys. We're all Bengals fans here, so except maybe there's a couple straggling Colts fans in here. But I do think this team will, at minimum, make the AFC Championship. I really believe that. Obviously, it all depends on the health of number 9, but if he's healthy, that's the floor for me is an AFC Championship appearance, and we'll see where they go from there. Yeah, I mean, like Chase could sit out, but I mean, he'll lose money by sitting out and not playing. So I don't think that's a road that he wants to go down. I really don't. I think he cares too much about this team, and he cares too much about playing football to do that. But we'll see. Colts have it out past midfield here as Shaka Hayward wraps up the running back haul on that second down run. Anthony Richardson's night is over. Tim Tyre says Super Bowl bound Bengals. Yep. Stephen Hattery says who day. Brian Simmons is in agreement with you. Appreciate you, Brian. Yeah, it just kind of feels like the vibe. I mean, this is on paper, which ultimately doesn't mean anything, but on paper, this is the best team of the Joe Burrow era thus far. It's T. Higgins last year, probably. Jamar Chase, before Joe Burrow gets super expensive. You still have talent out there around him, bringing in a guy like Gesicki. You've got a lot of young receivers that are kind of in those, roles where they're looking to step up and, be the guys behind Higgins and Chase. But I think you got a lot with Joseph and Burton and Charlie Jones as well. Ehlinger in shotgun takes the snap. Bengals bring 4. Ehlinger fires to his right. Pass is caught. That is Nate Brooks in coverage. Pretty good coverage there by Brooks. Looks like he may have been a bit shaken up on the play. Yes, that's a great point by Potato Supremacy. They did have a very tough schedule last year, and that's part of the reason I think I'm so optimistic and bullish on them this year is because you gave Joe Burrow and that team the 4th place schedule. You take a look at the Bengals schedule. Obviously, it's the NFL, right? There's tough matchups every single week. Any given week, any team can beat anybody, but they've got a lot of favorable matchups. And the start to their season, that's been the knock on Joe Burrow, even through his success, is well, they don't start out the season very strong. Well, obviously they have that week 2 matchup with Kansas City, but apart from that, got a lot of, don't want to say easy, but a lot of games where you're going to be heavy favorites early on in the season for Cincinnati. Ehlinger takes the snap, fires to his right. Pass is caught. Josh Newton in on the stop. It'll be 3rd and short coming up for the Colts. Spam those threes in the comments section. Brandon Walks says, shout out Chris Henry. Absolutely. Rest in peace to Chris Henry. Bengals legend. Yeah, absolute tragedy would happen to him. And one of them, talking from a football perspective, really one of the most underrated receivers to play the game. He was well on his way to having an outstanding career and still managed to put up good numbers before he tragically lost his life. But rest in peace to Chris Henry for sure. Appreciate that shout out from Brandon Rocks. 3rd and 7 here from the Colts. Bengals bring pressure. Ehlinger running out of time. Fires to his right. And passes incomplete. Nate Brooks again in coverage. Nate Brooks has looked good for Cincinnati this preseason. From a defensive back perspective, probably on the outside looking in, but certainly making a case for the practice squad here for Cincinnati. Great stuff there by the Bengals defense. I am loving what they are doing defensively. My goodness. And here comes the Colts kicker for a 56-yard field goal attempt. Let's see how this goes. The snap, the hold, the kick is up and is right down the middle. What a beautiful kick by that Colts kicker. Not exactly sure what his name is, but great kick nonetheless. Colts take the lead 10-7 here. As we are about halfway through, or not quite halfway, a couple of minutes into the 3rd quarter. No Channel says, is Amarius Mims good for week 1? I don't know. That remains to be figured out. Zach Taylor said that he wouldn't rule out Amarius Mims being back for week 1. I have my doubts, to be completely honest with you. Again, I think he was on a great trajectory to being that starter week 1 over Trent Brown at that right tackle position. I think Trent Brown has, his availability hasn't necessarily been there, of course. He's been dealing with some tightness in his back. Then he comes out, gets some reps, then he comes, exits again. So his kind of situation is up in the air. But, he's a veteran player. They're probably just saving him for the regular season. But as far as Mims goes, I don't know. At some point, he's going to be out there. Again, he avoided anything serious. Surgery is not required for Amarius Mims. So that's certainly a good sign. But, unfortunately it's football, and throughout training camp and the preseason, you're going to have several guys on your roster that get hurt. And unfortunately for the Bengals, it's their first-round pick this year and their first-round pick last year, obviously, Myles Murphy. So difficult situation, but we'll see what happens. No Channel says let him heal for the Chiefs, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, that is the week 2 game, so we'll see if he's ready to go by then. Hope he is, but I think at this point I think the plan all along was to go with Trent Brown, be their guy, right, and have him kind of take the reins for the foreseeable future, first several weeks through the year. And they kind of get a little bit surprised by how well Mims has played throughout training camp and the preseason. That starts to change a little bit, but then he suffers the injury, so. I think they just go back to their original plan. They start Trent Brown for a while, and then, depending on how Trent Brown plays, if Mims gets healthy, then perhaps you force or push him into the lineup. But at some point, Mims is going to be the right tackle of the future for the Bengals. Really don't have any doubts about that. Brandon Rock says Chris Jenkins is going to eat with more time under his belt. I hope so. He was the guy that I'm kind of worried about, to be honest with you. Second-round pick out of Michigan, mainly because the position that he's playing, he's filling in for a guy like DJ Reader, who I think a lot of people, even in Cincinnati, have taken DJ Reader for granted. Like, we're going to feel him not being here once the regular season starts. It's going to be obvious, like, DJ Reader's not out there. He's a guy that's really manned that nose tackle spot. He's been just brilliant in the run game for Cincinnati. Obviously, Bengals played a chunk of the year without him last year. but I'm a little bit worried about Jenkins. He bounced back last week, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. No Channel says he's pumped about CTB. Yep, Cam Taylor-Britt is a bona fide one in this league as a cornerback. That is for sure. Bengals have the football here. First down, handoff to Noah Cain. Again, Noah Cain's a guy that we were kind of focusing on during our pregame show. Haven't seen much from Elijah Collins today. I think Travion Williams has gotten a lot of work. He's a guy that's trying to compete for a spot on that practice squad for Cincinnati. The more time that goes on, the more I think the Bengals are going to entertain the waiver wire when it comes to that running back position. I think they're going to – wouldn't be surprised if they added someone that isn't currently a Bengal before the year starts. Woodside takes the snap, fires over the middle. Pass is caught by Jermaine Burton. First down, Cincinnati. Out to their own 45. Spam those ones in the comments. There we go. Let's push the ball down the field a little bit. Let's get a little bit more aggressive here. All right, it's the preseason. Let's see Logan Woodside try to stretch the field a little bit. You got Burton still out there, deep play threat. Let's keep getting the ball to him. I like that. It's a great start to the drive. First down. Woodside under center. Noah Cain is the running back in the game. Eric All is the receiver. The tight end. He comes in motion. Woodside takes it, rolls to his right, running out of time. Is about to take the sack, has to get rid of it, and he takes a sack. That ball absolutely has to come out if you're Logan Woodside. Throw it away. It is first down and 10, my brother. Now the Bengals are in second and really long situation. No Channel says if Chase sits week 1, I bet people cheer on Burton more than Chase. It's aggressive. It's an aggressive comment. I don't know if I agree with that, but Woodside takes the snap on 2nd and 18, looks down the left sideline, fires to Burton, pass is caught, first down Cincinnati, and a flag. That's got to be DPI on Indianapolis. Burton just working through the contact there. He is such a physical receiver. He does an outstanding job. I mean, this is just – I feel like it's just Bryce Young and Jalen Milroe throwing him the football right now. I feel like he's back in college just making plays, and it looks like it is translating to the league. That is 100% defensive pass interference, and that is a catch by the Bengals' third-round pick. What a steal they got in the draft in Jermaine Burton in the third round. That's not a third-round receiver. Are you kidding me? Incredible. First down, Cincinnati. Burton checks out. Cole Burgess checks in. Woodside takes the snap. The give is to Noah Cain, who bullies through his first tackler, picks up a couple. Noah Cain's a big physical back. He's got a lot of lower body strength. This guy's played a lot of football. Second and 7 for the Bengals. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Woodside under center. The give is to Cain, and not much going there as Cody Ford got absolutely beat there at the left tackle spot. And Cain will get dropped for a loss of 2, third down coming up. Yeah, that catch by Burton was incredible. You know, I think some receivers would just, try to get that flag and kind of give up on that play, but Burton just fights through the contact, hauls it in for a big first down pickup for Cincinnati. Woodside in shotgun, 3rd and 11. Looks like they're bringing nickel pressure. Just kidding, they sag off. Woodside running out of time, dumps it off to Travion Williams, and that is in and out of his hands. Bad toss there by Woodside. Wasn't going to be a first down anyway. 4th and 11 coming up. The drive stalls for Cincinnati. They'll be forced to punt. Had a good drive going there and just ultimately fizzles out on you. Can't take that sack if you're Woodside. Absolutely can't take it. Here's Ryan Rico, another big punt here, has an opportunity to down Indianapolis inside the 20. The bunt is away, and it is inside the 10. Another beautiful punt by Ryan Rico. Certainly noteworthy. I think Ryan Rico has played really well tonight. But last week he was just average. Tonight he looks good out there for Cincinnati at that punter spot, again competing with Brad Robbins. Breaking the action, so let's shout out our friends over at Game Time, because this live stream is presented by Game Time. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks is the easiest way to find and buy tickets to live events. A couple weeks ago, I got Jason Aldean tickets with Game Time. It was an incredibly straightforward process, and I got my tickets immediately with zero stress. You can also get ready for football season and get tickets to watch the Cincinnati Bengals at Paycor Stadium. Tickets are on sale for their Week 1 opener at home at Paycor Stadium against the Indianapolis Colts. So get on Game Time and check that out. My two favorite features on Game Time. Number one, the all-in pricing. Toggling this feature shows the total up front with no surprise freeze at checkouts, like a lot of other ticketing companies can get you with. I also love the views from your seat. You get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account. Terms apply. Redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. All right, 10-7. Indianapolis with the lead. Offense continues to struggle for Cincinnati. The Colts do have the ball here as we get that ball possession fixed for you guys. Also, we'll make a little adjustment here to the clock. I believe there's about 7-ish minutes to go in the second quarter. Or excuse me, the third quarter. I know it's a punter. I know we don't, sit here and like having long talks about the punter. But what Ryan Rico has done has been very noteworthy for Cincinnati tonight. It's been by far his best game, and he's done a nice job. And that the Colts are going to start backed up in their own territory here. So certainly a good start to Ryan Rico. Ryan Rico's game tonight, and we'll see. Darren Simmons, Zach Taylor, you're going to have a decision to make between Robbins and Rico. 1st and 10, Indianapolis at their own 8-yard line. We do have a new quarterback into the game, and it is Jason Bean out of Kansas. I'm going to be honest, I did not know he was in the NFL. Really liked being in college at Kansas, but he did not realize he was with the Colts. But he is out there playing quarterback for them. Looks like he is in over Keaton Slovis at this point. Bean, his pass is caught by his running back. Tackle on the play by Harper. 3rd down coming up. Excuse me, that was Michael Dow on the tackle. Out of Miami University, love and honor. We are 49 subscribers away from 10,000. We can totally hit that tonight. Got plenty of time. Let's do it. Bean takes the snap, running out of time, stepping up in the pocket, and he just escapes the grasp of a Bengals defender, and he will pick up the first down. Michael Dow and Devin Harper in on the stop. Tony B says, is Jonathan Taylor done for the game? Yes, he is. He played the first couple of drives for Indianapolis. He had that concussion hat on his helmet type thing that people are trying out this year. So it'll be interesting to see if he does that in the regular season. But, yes, Taylor is out. That kid CJ, 23. Welcome, my brother. Says, let's go Bengals. Hoo-day, baby. See if the Bengals can't get a stop here. Play clock winding down for Bean. I don't think he got it off, and he didn't. See if Steichen called timeout. See what the word is from the official. And Steichen did get a timeout. Dr. B said it's called a guardian cap. That is correct. That was the term I was trying to think of. Zach 7000 says, all right, fine, I'll sub. Are you not a Bengals fan, Zach 7000? Which fan or who's your team, Zach? Let me know. Let me know. Gabriel says, how are you doing? I'm doing great, Gabriel. I appreciate you for stopping by. Hope you're doing great as well. Well, Thursday night football action, preseason edition. But, yeah, it's been a completely two opposite sides of the spectrum here for Cincinnati when it comes to their offense and defense. Defense has been brilliant. Offense has been non-existent. Bean hands it off to his running back, and Maema Njongmeta's helmet is on the surface and off of his head. So he gets that and puts that back on, but it'll be second down coming up for Indianapolis. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Second and 4 as the clock continues to tick here. Zach says, born and raised Indianapolis Colts fan. I respect that. Appreciate you for checking out our stream, Zach. Means a lot. Appreciate the sub if you did indeed subscribe. But yeah, Colts fans are welcome in the stream. I understand we don't have a Colts channel, so if you want to get a little YouTube action for the game, needed to hop on the Bengals breakdown. So certainly appreciate you, Zach. Thanks for being in here, even though you're not a Bengals fan. Annoyed Sandcastle says he's a little bit worried about Dan Pitcher. No reason to be worried about Dan Pitcher, Annoyed Sandcastle. This isn't, I mean, these are the backups. I understand, well, the backups on defense are playing, and they're playing well as Bean airs it out. Pass is caught near midfield. Nate Brooks in coverage. But I think, look, when Joe Burrow's out there, it's a totally different situation. It's just the way it is. Even if Jake Browning's out there, totally different situation. So I think people are going to grow to love Dan Pitcher. Dan Pitcher's done a lot of great things with this organization as the quarterback's coach here. I think Dan Pitcher is a big reason Joe Burrow has been so successful throughout his time here. So people are going to grow to love Dan Pitcher. Obviously, the offense hasn't been hot in the preseason, but it's the preseason. So, ooh, Jeff Huber says he's coming down from Columbus for week 1 as Bean rolls out to his right. Pass is caught for another Colts first down. Where is a good place to go after the game? Well, what is the vibe? Are you coming with the fam? You coming with the boys? Let me know. Because, I mean, the Banks is a great spot. Also, I mean, if you want to drop your age as well, let me know kind of how old you are. All those things kind of impact where I would say. But really anywhere after the game, especially if the Bengals win, it's going to be bumping. And it's going to be the atmosphere is going to be great. Even, I mean, before the game, if you get here early, just, I mean, I would tailgate as close to the stadium as you can. There's great spots. As Bean, another nice throw. Pass is caught as the Colts enter the game time red zone here. Jeff Huber says he is with the boys. So, yeah, the Banks is good. Banks is a good spot out by the Red Stadium. They've got some good spots there. Holy Grail, obviously, is the main spot there. That was a really nice catch there by the Colts receiver. Trying to think. I mean, there will be places set up, tailgates set up all over the place for post-game celebration and pre-game tailgates. So you'll have plenty of spots to go. Michael Easterwood with another $5 super chat. Are you going to live stream regular season games? Michael Easterwood, you better believe it, my friend. We are going to be every game we make it to the playoffs, we're live streaming. So this is kind of the preseason for me as well. As I get used to kind of solo producing this while I'm talking to you guys, so it's been good to get these reps. But yes, we will be here for the preseason, and I am hyped about that. Really hope you can join us, Michael. Would mean the world. As the Colts get another first down here from the running back. It'll be a pickup of about 4. First and goal coming up for Indianapolis. So let me update this here on the bottom here. 25 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. I mean, we're in a good spot as the fourth quarter approaches. We're cutting down that number. Bean hands it off to his running back up the middle. Gets about 4 or 5. P.J. Jules in on the stop for Cincinnati. And that should be the last play of the third quarter. Clock continues to tick, and that will do it. We have played 3 in the Queen City of Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football. Colts with an edge, slight edge, over the Bengals, 10-7. Mitchell Renz is in the chat, my guy. How much to get in the Jungle Club? That's a great question, Mitch. Let me pop that on the screen for you guys really quickly here. It is $10 to get in the Jungle Club. We've got 3 guys that are in the Jungle Club tonight, in addition to myself and Chris Daughtry. Lord Buddy Bear is one of them. Brick Top is the second one, and Michael Easterwood as well. So appreciate you guys for joining the Jungle Club. Only diehard Bengals fans are in the Jungle Club. So if you're in the Jungle Club, you are a diehard Bengals fan, and we certainly appreciate you, and we're so happy that you are in the club. And again, we will raffle off that this mini helmet right here once we get this name filled up with stickers. So after the game tonight, I will make sure to get Lord Buddy Bear, Brick Top, and Michael Easterwood on this helmet in addition to myself and Chris, and we'll be well on our way to filling up that helmet. So here is our Super Chat menu once again. Keeping it simple today, and it seems to have worked out to this point. So any Super Chat you send in, attach a question to it, as you have the ability to do with all Super Chats, of course. It could be 99 cents. Send in $1 Super Chat here in the fourth quarter. Ask me anything. Bengals question, NFL question, anything. Personal question, I'm here to answer them. So just trying to get to know you guys, and you guys are doing an outstanding job tonight. So appreciate that. Get those questions in. Of course, $10 will get you into the Jungle Club. Mitchell Renz, how many games will the Bengals win this year? I would say 13 is the number I'm at right now. I would say 13. It's kind of the number I'm at. Annoyed Sandcastle says 12. That's also a good answer. I think that's a good answer as well. Somewhere in that well over 10 for sure. Flirting with that 12, 13, 14 range. Again, Bengals had that fourth place schedule, which Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, hopefully, probably coming in with that schedule, fourth place schedule. That is huge. Michael Easterwood is back with another $2 Super Chat. I will be here for every game, says Michael Easterwood. Michael, you are the man. I appreciate the love and support and the Super Chats. We will update this to 23 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. You are the man, and yes, I do owe a shot of Skyline chili. I forgot about that. And Michael, means a lot, man. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. You have been absolutely awesome. And, yes, I hope you are here for every single game. Like I said, we will be live every single game. We should have a lot of fun. So hope you can join us. Appreciate it, my friend. Bean with the handoff right up the gut. Is it enough for a touchdown? Don't believe so. Third and goal coming up for Indianapolis at the Cincinnati 1. So this defense continues to bend but not break. See what they can do on third and goal from the 1. What is this, 23 now? I will get this situated. Watching Bengals football, it's always Skyline time. Remember that. Bean under center. Play action rolling out to his right. Buying time. He's going to take off with his legs. I don't know if he got there. Stretched across the goal line, and the officials say he's short. Shaka Hayward in on the stop for Cincinnati. And it's going to be 4th down. You got to imagine the Colts are going to go for it here. Let's spam those 4s in the comments. Bean waited and waited and eventually took off. And that's going to be really close. They're going to take another look at this. So I get ready with my Skyline chili shot here. That's really close. The ball eventually crosses the plane for Bean, but I think that knee may have been down before. Steichen wants them to take a look at it. They certainly will. We'll see what they say. That Skyline chili. Ooh, he might have got in. But that's tough. That's really, really close there. We'll see. The Colts are going to challenge this, by the way. Their first challenge, so we'll see how that goes. But Christian says, can us Titans fans trust Brian Callahan? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, my answer to that is you're going to need a new quarterback because Will Levis ain't that guy. You're going to find that out this year. But you've got the head coach. You have hit on the head coach. And you're going to be really happy with Brian Callahan. How he leads, how he coaches, how he play calls. You've got a really good coach, and you should be happy. Mitchell Renz, $10 super chat. You are the man, our Raiders host here at Chat Sports. Thank you so much for showing some love. And, yeah, I know you got a little Bengals fan in you, Mitch. I know you want to hop into that Jungle Club. We'll get your name written down here. A little Mitchell Renz here. Appreciate you, Mitch, for tuning in. Thank you so much, Mitch, for that super chat. As we have, I have another Skyline shot here. As we have 13 cans, we'll update this number real quickly. And he says, who will the Bengals' main running back be and how many yards do you project? Well, it's going to certainly be a by committee thing to start the year, Mitch, between Moss and Chase Brown. That's how it's going to start. But eventually, Chase Brown is going to separate himself from Zach Moss and be that guy. Now, both are going to play throughout the entirety of the year. But Chase Brown is going to be that guy for Cincinnati, and he's going to be the running back of the future for them. A little side note, I do believe the Bengals are going to look to add somebody in their waiver wire. We've seen Noah Cain and Elijah Collins play. Of course, they're at the very bottom of the depth chart here for Cincinnati, but I think they'll probably look at the waiver wire. It appears Samaje Perine is going to be the odd man out in Denver. I think a potential reunion with Perine is very much in the cards for Cincinnati. But as far as how many yards, he's not going to rush for 1,000. This offense, I'm not going to put a total on it because this offense isn't going to have success because they're running the football. It's going to be spreading it out, a lot of empty. Joe Burrow just slinging it around the field. That's how the Bengals are going to have success. But obviously in the playoffs, you got to run the ball. We understand that. We know that. Everybody that watches football knows that. So I don't think he's going to, do anything crazy from a yards perspective. But I do believe Chase Brown will eventually kind of assert himself as the main guy, even though right now it feels like it's kind of 1A and 1B with Moss and Brown. Christian says, why is Levis not the guy in your opinion? Several reasons. One, I think there's a certain demeanor that you have to be a quarterback in the NFL. And I don't think he has it. Somebody that is the face of the franchise that can step up to the podium and be someone that, an organization can get behind and trust. By the way, they did rule that a touchdown for Indianapolis. It is 17-7 as they attempt the extra point here. And the kick is good. So we get that scoreboard updated for you guys here. And I think also on top of that, he makes too many mistakes. I think he's going to turn the ball over too much. He's a little bit too much of, gun show guy. You don't want that in your quarterback, right? You want your quarterback, I think Julian Edelman said this, you want him sitting there grinding out film, maybe eating a couple of Oreos while he's watching it. Might have a little, Patrick Mahomes going here in his gut. You see Tom Brady, when he was playing, he wasn't, chiseled. That's not, I don't want my quarterback to look like that. That's not the main reason he's not going to do well for Tennessee. I just think, even in college, the guy has a rocket for an arm. No question about that. Absolutely has a howitzer for an arm. but I just think some of the intricate things that come with playing the quarterback position, he can't do well. But if anybody can, figure him out and help him along the way, I think Brian Callahan's that guy. I really do have a lot of belief in Brian Callahan. So I'm not a Will Levis guy. Maybe he surprises me, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And yes, when the bots show up, spam B. I know they've been here all night. It's unfortunate. Something that we're going to be dealing with all year long. Every channel here at Chat Sports has to deal with it. So just spam those Bs to block the bots when you see them in the chat. No Channel says, who else is glad we're almost done with the preseason? Yeah, I feel you. I'm just ready to see some offensive fireworks from Cincinnati, and we haven't gotten that at this point. So update the scoreboard here. Indianapolis takes a 17-7 lead here. We got about 12 minutes to go in this game here at Paycor Stadium. Looks like a lot of the fans have kind of filed out at this point. But I'm not kidding. Once like a couple hours before kickoff, like I've said, we're really only a couple blocks away from the stadium here in Cincinnati, and it really was. It was buzzing. City was buzzing. It kind of felt a little bit like a regular season game, to be honest with you. I think people were out tailgating and were pretty excited about it. Woodside drops back, throws it to Travion Williams, who I'm surprised is still in the game, but he is, who gets a couple before he gets tackled by a Colts defender. And the Bengals do, of course, have the ball here. There we go. Mitchell Wren says, if I send $20, can you put 3 people from the chat into the Jungle Club? I can do that, Mitch. If you were to do that, I can do that. We've had some great participation in the chat tonight, so I think I've got to file through and see who exactly I would pick. But if you want to be someone that gets picked, if Mitch theoretically were to send in a $20 super chat, if you want to be in the Jungle Club, but you don't want to send in $20, or you can, I totally understand. But spam me for me in the comment section. Let me know you want to be in the Jungle Club. Prove to me at least you are a diehard Bengals fan. We appreciate our Colts fans in here and our Titans fans, but I don't think you guys want to be a part of the Jungle Club. So spam me if you want to be a part of the Jungle Club. And again, we'll get your name on that mini helmet here as we go forward. Field Do does. Jeff Huber does. There we go. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. First and 10, Cincinnati. Woodside in the shotgun. Hands it off to Travion Williams. I'm really surprised Travion Williams is still in this game, by the way. Zarin Clark, that kid CJ. There it is. Mitchell Wren's $20 super chat. Whoever comments Twerk Stone the most means you're in the Jungle Club. Okay, so you got to switch up what you're commenting and type Twerk Stone, according to Mitch. So switch it up in the comments. Gets to be in the Jungle Club. So are we just doing one person gets to be in the Jungle Club now? Okay, so he said 3 originally, and now we'll see who it is. Woodside taking off on 2nd and 8, and he does pick up the first down, and he fumbles. And that ball is out. Woodside cannot believe it. The Colts have it, and they are going in the other direction. And that kind of just sums up Logan Woodside's preseason to this point. Ben Griffin, Gabriel Burris, that kid CJ. It's just funny seeing all these come in that's telling me to twerk. Leave it to Mitch to say that. Twerk Stone. Dark Knight, Gabriel. Okay, so these are the 3 names I'm going to do. Actually, we'll give you a couple more seconds here as we hit a little commercial break here. So keep them coming in the comments. But while that is coming through, we have hit a little bit of a milestone here on Bengals Breakdown because thanks to Mitch, appreciate you, Mitch, for helping us cross the finish line here. But we got our super chats in. You guys did a phenomenal job. So I'm going to have to retype this here. 1 second. How about that? 0 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. We did it, folks. Round of applause. Everybody at home, give yourself a round of applause. We have passed over that $100 super chat threshold. So appreciate you guys so much for that. All right, you guys can stop commenting that now. I've got the names here. Let's jot these down now. Okay. I've got them written down. 3 names that will be joining the Jungle Club, courtesy of our good friend Mitchell Renz over at the Raiders Report. The kid CJ will be joining the Jungle Club. Gabriel Burris as well will be in the Jungle Club as well. And my guy Jeff Huber, who said he's coming down for week 1, looking for some spots to go. Gabriel says his fingers hurt. Well, guess what? You are in the Jungle Club, so it paid off, my friend. Appreciate you guys. I think our chat rate may have spiked there as well. We'll have to take a look at that. But great job getting those in. Mitch, appreciate you for that $20 super chat, brother. And that's awesome. That is awesome. We have 0 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. So I owe one more final shot of Skyline that we will do here at some point. But you guys have been fantastic. Let's finish strong. Keep them coming again. If you want to just ask me a question, get those supers in. And Gabriel, says, thanks, Mitchell. That is awesome. The kid CJ says he appreciates the channel. Mitchell says twerk stone. How about I gritty? You know, I don't even think I can get my butt up high enough that you would even get any action out of there. But I'll gritty instead for Jamar. How about that? I'll do a little gritty here. But I do practice this in the mirror every night before I go to bed, so keep that in mind. That is kind of how my form has come here. So we're getting going here. We're spinning around here. How about that? Yeah, you like that? That was better than twerking, I think. I don't want to scar any of you people at home if I twerk. So that was. Hope you don't get scarred from that. All right. Appreciate you, Mitch. You're the man. The kid CJ, if Joe gets hurt again this season, do you think Cincinnati will start looking towards someone different? I don't think it's as sad as that question makes me. I don't think it's a crazy thing to ask. I think a lot of people around the league might say that you might need to. I think they would definitely consider drafting somebody. As far as replacing him, no. They would still bring Burrow back if he was healthy, ready to go. But I think you look at probably drafting someone, not in the first round, nothing crazy, but you put maybe second, third round pick into potentially another quarterback if that were to happen. Mitchell wants a deal to twerk. I mean, I have never even tried to throw it back like that, Mitch, to be completely honest with you. I mean, I don't even know where I would begin to even attempt that, but we'll say $100 super chat. Someone wants to get crazy and throw in $100 super chat. I will try to twerk, but I don't know if that would be worth sending it in. I know that's not the right salesman approach there, but I really don't know if you want to see that. And like I said, look, if I turn around here, like, you're not even getting any action. Like, it's just my back there. So, yeah, $100 super chat, Mitch. That's what we'll go with. 10 minutes to go here in Cincinnati. Mitch says, has anyone ever sent in $100? You know what? Nobody has actually ever sent in $100 super chat on Bengals Breakdown. As crazy as that sounds, we have not had that happen before. So I hope one day we can say that someone has sent in $100 super chat. When that day will come, I don't know. Might not be today. I think definitely during the regular season we'll get that at some point. $100 super chat. we'll have a special prize for that person when that happens. So really looking forward to that day. But yeah. All right. About 10 minutes to go here in this one. Keaton Slovis is in at quarterback for Indianapolis and has it as the Colts at the 30-yard line here. Running out of time, dumps it off to his running back. Tackle on the play by P.J. Jules will be a pickup of none. I believe Bean is out. I believe that's Keaton Slovis. Jeremy. Unless I'm losing my mind, which has happened before. Gabriel, I'm glad you asked. Okay, so the Jungle Club is you get your name on this mini helmet. So we've got several people that'll be joining the club. Real quickly, 3rd and 12 here. Slovis drops back, fires over the middle. Pass is caught. Josh Newton is unable to make the tackle, but his buddies come in and clean it up, and it will be 4th down coming up for Indianapolis. So we've got some new additions to the Bengals club. Lord Buddy Bear, Bricktop, Michael Easterwood, and then Mitchell. We'll throw Mitchell Renz, host of the Raiders Report. We'll throw him into our Jungle Club, as, of course, he sent in a $20 super chat. But his super chat allowed the kid CJ, Gabriel Burris, and Jeff Huber to be a part of the Jungle Club as well. So your name gets to be on this helmet. Only diehard Bengals fans are on this helmet. So it's a very exclusive club. Means a lot to have some of my closest friends here on in the Jungle Club with me. And then once the helmet fills up, we will raffle it off to somebody that is in the Jungle Club, and you will get that helmet. So pretty exciting stuff as the 41-yard field goal is drilled by Indianapolis, and it will be 20-7 Colts. 8.5 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Jay's Fist says, does Jamar play week 1? Yes. Not for sure, but I'm pretty confident Jamar Chase will be out there week 1 for Cincinnati. I don't think he has shown. Look, you could say his actions to this point have been selfish. You could say that. Wouldn't hate you for saying that. But throughout his career to this point, he hasn't shown himself to be a selfish player. I think he cares more about winning than ultimately getting his money. And I think he has to understand that he doesn't have a ton of leverage here, right? This isn't the same as CeeDee Lamb, right? He wasn't picked in that draft class. He's a year behind that. The team still has 2 more years of team control with the 5th-year option. Has the ability to tag him after that. Now, I don't think that would happen. I don't think the Bengals would take it that far. But at the end of the day, if the Bengals aren't ready to give him an extension this year, I understand he knows he's worth more than what he's getting, but they don't have to. I mean, it's his 4th year. He's a first-round pick. Like, they don't need to pay him right now. So, again, I would be shocked if if he is not out there week 1. I would be totally shocked if that were the case. But we'll see what happens. 20-7, Indianapolis. Got about 8 minutes to go in this one. Keep the comments coming in. Again, our super chat menu is there on the board. You want to send in a 99-cent super chat, I will answer whatever question you ask. So don't hesitate. We hit our goal today. We have 0 cans of Skyline chili on the wall, which, by the way, while we're at this commercial, I will take my final shot of Skyline chili. Ben Griffin says, I think he is only hurting himself. Fair. Sorry, I'm laughing at what Mitch had to say about my gritty. I mean, this is a guy in Jamar Chase that sat out an entire season in college, and then he got to the league and took it by storm. So I'm not worried about him missing the reps in training camp. I think him and Joe Burrow will pick up right where they left off. I'm not worried about that. Chad Johnson said, obviously the reps at training camp would help, but I'm not really worried about. I think if you're a certain player like Jamar Chase, you can make an exception. I don't think training camp is, necessarily for him. Cole Burgess on the return. Really nice return by the undrafted rookie receiver out near the 40-yard line for Cincinnati. We'll see if Logan Woodside comes comes back out for the Bengals. Mitch says he has $50 for the twerk. Who has the other 50? That kid CJ says, do you think this is Higgins' last year in Cincinnati? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. 100%. Unfortunately. Like T a lot, and I hope he has a really good year, but yeah, I think this is probably it. Cam Grandy with the reception for the Bengals on first down. 8 minutes to go here in this one as I pour up my Skyline chili shot. That's a chunky pour, man. That's a chunky pour. All right, Woodside and shotgun, 2nd and 3 for the Bengals. Woodside gives it off to Williams again, who is still in the game. I don't understand that whatsoever. I know I've said it several times. So, he's still out there. Here we go. Last shot of Skyline. 0 cans of Skyline chili on the wall. Thank you all. See, that's tough. I was complaining about it being too watery before, and then that one was just straight chunky chili. So, need to find a happy medium there. 3rd and 1. We give this to Williams, who has space. Out past the Indianapolis 40 for a first down. Spam those ones. Mitchell says Skyline is gross. Mitchell is absolutely out of his mind. I doubt he's even had it in his life. Have you even been to Cincinnati ever, Mitchell? I mean, I get the concept. If you just say, "Oh, I'm gonna put some chili on some noodles, and I'm gonna put it on a hot dog and put some cheese on it," like I understand. He said, "Okay, he has." Now he's lying. No, you haven't, you liar. But yeah, I get the concept could be a little bit alarming at first, but once you try it, then you're like, "Oh, okay." And yeah, nice soda with it is always good. Gotta get some hot sauce on there. The oyster crackers are a beautiful complement to it as well. The kid CJ, cold shots of Skyline is crazy. Yes, I agree. At 100% it is. But, you know, that's what we're doing. That was the goal tonight. You guys knocked it out of the park. We needed $100 in supers. You guys delivered. So I had to deliver on my end and delete that Skyline. And whenever you're watching the Cincinnati Bengals, it is Skyline time. Tom had it at his wedding. That's actually a lead by Tom. That's so good. That is actually hilarious. Woodside hands it off to Williams again. We're just going to keep riding Travion Williams here. Preseason finale, 5 minutes to go. What did Chase Ray have to say here? Many Bengals fans might think it's selfish of Chase, but we had to test the wide receiver to find the third. I think it's kind of a perfect storm. What is your thoughts? Yes, look, I don't. This is just how the NFL works these days. This is what, needs to happen. You hold out. That's how you get stuff done. It's unfortunate that that's what has to happen. But I think Joe Burrow has spoken about this. The reps that guys have gotten in place of Jamar Chase being out there has been very valuable for this team. Specifically guys like Andre Osavash, who have really because he was a guy that was, out there with all the first-team reps when he, was fighting for a spot to be on that first team. I do believe that he is wide receiver 3 for you, but would he have gotten as many looks if Jamar was out there? Probably not. So I do think it has helped. And as long as Jamar is out there week 1, I don't think there's any negative repercussions from it. I really don't. Because, again, he sat out an entire year of college. What happened? He got drafted, and then he went absolutely crazy as a rookie. So sitting out of a year as a receiver, when you have that much speed and you're that talented, it's really not the end of the world for me. He just needs to be out there for week 1. 100% it has helped the backups. 100%. Third and 7. 4 minutes and change to go for the Bengals as they are driving. Approaching the Prize Picks red zone. Floats it up to Burton. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Logan Woodside drops it into the bucket, and Jermaine Burton scores again Touchdown, Bengals. There's some fireworks offensively for Cincinnati. That has been a long time coming. Haven't seen a touchdown like that from the offense since the first preseason game against Tampa. Of course, their other touchdown tonight was a pick six by Jordan Battle. Burton beats his man. The corner doesn't get his head turned around, and a nice ball there by Logan Woodside. Drops it right into the bucket. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Spam those TDs in the comments. Evan McPherson on to attempt the extra point. Ryan Rico will hold. The snap from Cal Adamitis is down, and the kick is up and good. 20-14 here. Cincinnati, or excuse me, Indianapolis, as the Bengals score a touchdown here. Couple of minutes left to go in this one. The Bengals now down 6. We will get that scoreboard updated momentarily. But first, I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to the win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. We've shown you throughout the show my Prize Picks that I've got in my season-long Prize Picks in regards to the Joe Burrow more than passing totals, as well as the Trevor Lawrence more than passing totals as well. And make sure you guys get those picks in soon because the regular season week 1 really is just right around the corner. So you want to make sure you guys get those in with our friends over at Prize Picks. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, run your game. And again, make sure you guys hit that sub button for us. We will have continuous Bengals coverage for you guys. We'll be live for every single watch party here on Bengals Breakdown. So I'll get this live sub count pulled up for you guys so you can kind of see where we're at. The goal is to get to 10K. We still have a ways to go here. Not sure if we'll be able to hit that mark tonight. But you guys have been awesome tonight and looking forward to continuing throughout the season, just continuing to grow as a channel. So hit that sub button so you don't miss any of our coverage. There it is. All right, so we still got a ways to go. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility to hit that mark tonight. So keep hitting that sub button as we update this score here for you guys. As the Bengals scored that touchdown there, it is now 20-14. There we go. And we can get that clock while we're at it. Michael Easterwood, $2 super chat. I have had a great time. Thank you. Go Bengals. Michael, you've been the man all night long. You've brought those super chats throughout the entirety of the evening. It's been great. And really appreciate you, Michael, for being a part of our show tonight. You've been awesome, and really hoping you can be with us throughout this journey, the entirety of the regular season for the Bengals. So, Michael Easterwood, thanks for stopping by tonight. You have been awesome. And Mitchell sends another $5 super chat. Thank you, Mitchell. And says Skyline. Do I have to take another one? That's what it was. Okay, that's fine. Hey, we'll do another one. Okay. All right. Yeah. I like that. Rest of the way, as sorry, once again, I'll update this clock here. We got about 4 minutes to go here in the game. The rest of the way, every $5 super chat will be a Skyline shot. So Mitch is getting that started with sending in $5 here. So I'll pour me up another. There we go. Oh yeah, chunky. Maybe next time I'll just need to stir it in the can before. That's what I'll need to do to kind of get that consistency throughout the can. Will certainly help a little bit more. Gabriel says, happy I could be one of your first 10K subscribers. Gabriel, I appreciate that. It means a lot. Only a matter of time before we hit that 10K mark. So you are the man, Gabriel. Appreciate you. Here we go, Mitch. Cheers. I know you like it, by the way. Mitchell again. $5 super chat, Mitchell Renz. Let me just get the glass back out. Here we go again. Skyline. That's the deal for the rest of this game. $5 super chat, and it's a Skyline shot. Ben Griffin says, need to chase it with a hot dog. Yes, that would be a perfect world. We would be able to do that, but not the case. As the Colts execute a third down with Keaton Slovis. 1st and 10 with about 2:20 to go, and I'm out of water. That's brutal. Oh, look at that. Chris is going to help me out. Appreciate that, Chris. Liam says, whose ball is it? Yeah, that's a good call, Liam. I appreciate it because it's certainly not the Bengals' ball, Liam. Thanks for getting on me there. There we go. After that Burton score. Thanks for keeping me honest, Liam. The solo producing thing is certainly a little bit tough, but we're getting through it. We're getting better at it, and for the regular season, I should be locked in and ready to go with it. So appreciate that, Chris. Was there water in the fridge? Oh, was not aware of that. No, that's good stuff. I just found out we had a Brita in the office. I've been here for 4 months. Just found out about that. So that's awesome. I bring 3 bottles of water in every day. That's funny. No Channel, need to add Carolina Reaper on the menu for $50 super chat. Okay, that's funny you bring that up, No Channel, because I was thinking that in the future we could incorporate. This was actually Chris's idea. Hot ones. Everyone's heard of that. So somehow incorporate that into the show. So into our super chat menu. So that could definitely be something that we do going forward. So that's a good idea. Might get a little spicy in here. That could be a lot of fun. So we could do that. 70 subscribers away. Sub for dubs. Maybe we can get this ball back. Oh, as it goes down. That's all right. But 70 subscribers away. It's only a matter of time before we hit this. I think we can get a few more. We got over 200 people in here. I know all you guys aren't subbed. I know there's a few of you stragglers that aren't. Hit that sub button. Again, we're doing this every single game for the Bengals. Nearly daily Bengals videos. Gabriel says this is better than the actual game. Well, I appreciate that, Gabriel. That's what we're here to do. We're here to try to entertain the best we can. And, it is a preseason game, so I'm sure they're kind of struggling with their broadcast, just kind of getting through it. But we're having a blast here on Bengals Breakdown. So, Michael Conley Jr., is that you? I assume it's a different Michael Conley Jr., but appreciate you nonetheless, Mike, for stopping by. Yeah, Gabriel is 100% a real one. Shout out Gabriel. Everybody spam Gabriel in the comments. Gabriel is, by the way, a member of the Jungle Club. Still time for that. $10 super chat will get you into the Jungle Club. And remember, we have hit the 2-minute warning, by the way, as I update the clock here. But $5 super chats the rest of the way are a Skyline shot. So keep that in mind. Slovis hands it off. Pickup of a couple. Several Bengals in on the stop. Minute 55 to go, and the clock is ticking. Jeremy says, glad I dropped in with you all. Jeremy, appreciate it, man. We're here having a good time cheering on our Cincinnati Bengals. You guys are real ones for sticking around this late. You're also diehard Bengals fans, which I respect the heck out of, by the way. It's a preseason game. Starters weren't playing the whole game, and you guys have been riding with me all night. So really appreciate that. And also, we will have our instant reaction video. If we want to talk a little football, we'll be right after we are done with this live. So if you're staying up, be on the lookout for that, or check it out early in the morning. But we'll get that out to you guys as soon as possible. 2nd and 7 for Indianapolis, 20-14 as they have entered Bengals territory. Slovis hands it off, gets a couple, and is that P.J. Jules, I believe, in on the stop for Cincinnati? Indeed it is. He's fired up. He's excited. He's a guy that's trying to earn a spot on that practice squad for Cincinnati. Oh, my God. Massive hit. Popped the helmet right off of the running back. PJ gets up, and he's excited about it. 3rd and 4 for Indianapolis. Cincinnati has an opportunity to potentially get the ball back. I would like to see a little 2-minute. A little 2-minute with Logan Woodside. Throw Burton back out there, and let's see if we can't score. But it all starts with the stop here. Scott R., love the broadcast, love the Bengals. Very pumped for the season. Scott R., appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by, as unfortunately the Bengals give up a massive run on 3rd down, and that's actually going to go to the establishment. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This game is over. That's a preseason game. That's fine. Big run there by Felton, just knifed right through the entirety of the Bengals defense. Bad arm tackles there by Cincinnati. And Indianapolis is going to extend their lead. Scott, though, appreciate it, man. You are the man for stopping by. Hoo-day, baby. Really excited for the season. Yeah, annoyed Sandcastle. That went sideways pretty quickly there. Looked like the Bengals were going to get an opportunity to potentially go down, run the little 2-minute, win the game, but it is now 27-14. Mitchell says you will twerk by the end of the season. Tell Jeremy that's why our Jeremy Chugs, that's why I was turned around, by the way. I was just proving that. I mean, maybe we can lower the table. I guess it does have this little nifty button here. So that could be something we do in the future. But have you ever done that? I assume Mitch has done it before, right? I would imagine. If you haven't and you're trying to get me to, that's aggressive. That's crazy. But I would assume you have done it at this point. We will update this here really quickly. 27-14 Indianapolis. This game is out of reach for Cincinnati. I would imagine they just a couple of runs, maybe knee on it. But that kid CJ, seen a lot of helmets pop off this game. I have as well. Yep, there's been some big hits. I also wonder if, some of these helmets were, I don't know. I feel like the pros, the helmets aren't really tight. Because I remember, so I wasn't a football guy. I'll keep it a buck with you. I played for a couple of weeks as a child, and I remember I had to put the Vaseline on my forehead and my ears just to get that dang thing on. There ain't no way that thing was coming off. But these days, the helmet just seems to pop off so easily. But what do I know? All right, Kwame Lassiter II on the return for Cincinnati, and he only gets out to the 15-yard line before he's met by 4 Indianapolis Colts. Minute 36 to go in the game. Mike clarifying that he's not the basketball player. Yeah, no, Mike Conley's a dog, by the way. Yeah, I remember watching Greg Oden growing up as a kid. And, yeah, Oden was a guy that you thought was going to be great in the league, and just the injuries, man, they got to him. Now they bring in Rocky Lombardi to take the knees here. First time we're seeing him. And they also put McLachlan out in the game here for Cincinnati. Keep in mind, Cam Grandy played tight end the majority of this game, and Jackson Carman. They just put Jackson Carman out for the knees, bro. Bro, that's messed up. That's not good. But, yeah, just a couple of knees here as the clock winds down here at Paycor Stadium. Colts are going to win this one 27-14. The Bengals are going to finish the preseason 0-3, but that's typically what the Bengals do in the preseason. They don't win many games. That's okay, because it doesn't mean anything. Pickle Rick says it is GG's, and yes, it is. It is 100% GG's. That'll do it here. 27-14 as the time continues to tick away here. And that will do it. 27-14, the Indianapolis Colts beat the Cincinnati Bengals in the preseason finale, showing Joe Burrow walk off the field. The next time the Cincinnati Bengals take the field, hopefully Joe Burrow will be out there for a full 60 minutes. And that should make all of us in the chat very happy. Mitch says, Stone, did you growing up, did you wish you'd be The Rock? No, Mitch, I didn't. I just, I got very fortunate to have this name, Mitch. We talked about that actually earlier in the show before you popped in, talking about that with some of the people in the chat. I got very lucky, I admit. The folks did a good job with that name, and we'll always be forever grateful for them for that. But they did outstanding there. Peter says at least the Chiefs are losing. Is that true? Are they playing? Are they losing? Mike Conley says, didn't the Browns go undefeated in the preseason before going 0-16 a while back? That sounds familiar. I'm not exactly sure. But I don't think the Browns have gone 0-16 recently. That was the Lions. But I could be wrong there. When you were a kid, did anyone call you Pebble? I'll be honest with you, Mitchell. When I was, I guess that would have been elementary school. There was a group of girls that thought it was funny to call me Pebble. So that did happen. And I took it like a champ, though. That group of girls called me Pebble for a while, so it was what it was. But that's funny you say that. That did happen for a period of time. The 2017 Browns went 0-16? Is that right, CJ? There's no way. Unless I'm just losing my mind. Kent Wade said any Rocky Lombardi action this preseason. He was out there for the final knees. That was it. And then he got some reps. They did in 2017. My bad, CJ. You right. You sure about that, Chris? Chris just looked it up. 2017 Browns went 0-16. I don't remember that at all. I'm not buying that almost. Is that true? Okay. Yeah, it's true. My bad. Yeah, but Derek's that Burton TD, that was kind of the Okay, that's what he was saying. All right, you're right, CJ. You're right. My bad. I totally forgot about that. I remember the Lions, but I didn't realize the Browns went 0-16. That's brutal. But hey, that's Cleveland. I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah, when I think about that game, I think a couple of things come to mind. I think the Jermaine Burton touchdown at the end, that was great, obviously. But my biggest takeaways were Cedric Johnson. The Bengals have a guy at that defensive end position, that edge rusher position that they got in the 6th round. It's been well documented on the show how thin the Bengals are, really their entirety of the defensive line, not just the interior, but guys on the edge as well. And I thought Cedric Johnson played really well tonight and showed that he could be a guy that could have a role with this team going forward. He's 100% a lock to make the roster, in my opinion, especially after that performance. And Charlie Jones, seeing him get out there and move around, he looks like he'll be ready to go for Week 1 against the New England Patriots at home. The opening kickoff that he ran out to the 50-yard line, that was great to see. That was really all I needed to see, and that was awesome. Those are kind of my big takeaways at this point. But appreciate you guys all night long for being with us here at Bengals Breakdown. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal. Again, before we get out of here, quick shout out to the guys on our that are part of our Jungle Club now. Lord Buddy Bear, Bricktop, Michael Easterwood, Mitchell Renz, we'll throw him on there. The kid CJ and Gabriel Burris, all in the Jungle Club. So appreciate you guys so much. Peter said he had a great time. Peter, you're the man. Appreciate you. Gabriel says, do you think the AFC North is the best division? I think so. I would say so. I don't think I do think it's a two-horse race between Cincinnati and Baltimore. But I do think so. I do think so. So I mean, Cleveland is just they're going to Cleveland, right? Ultimately, is what's going to happen with them. And Pittsburgh is just they're kind of tone deaf offensively. They're going to be great defensively, which ultimately is going to keep them in games. But I don't think they're really a force to be reckoned with from the offensive side of things at all, no matter who's at quarterback, whether it be Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. So it feels like a two-horse race in the North between Baltimore and Cincinnati, but I would dock them as the best division at this point in the NFL to start the year. Mitch says, good night, Mitch. Appreciate you for stopping by and the Super Chats, of course. You are the man, and yes, you're awesome. Appreciate you, Mitch. And any Raiders fans in here, check out Mitch. He's got the best Raiders content out there on the internet, so appreciate you so much. Ben says, hoo day, baby. Ty Man the Buckeye, what up, Peter, he says. Mike Conley says, I see all four teams at 500-plus again. Yeah, that feels like that's going to be the case. I think, again, Cleveland's not a threat, but they'll be able to string together some wins because they've got a lot of talent on that roster. But that'll do it for our live stream tonight here on Bengals Breakdown. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, staying locked in with us the whole time, for subscribing, for liking, for sending the Super Chats in. All that really means a lot to us here at Bengals Breakdown, and we certainly appreciate it. Stay tuned. We will have our instant reaction video out in hopefully less than an hour. It'll be out very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Worst case, catch it in the morning, and also winners and losers from this game to come. But until next time, good night from Cincinnati, and I've been your host, Stone Shields, here at Bengals Breakdown.